All right. And you guys, is there anyone here? Sesame's just messing around right now. All right. If anyone's here, can you guys hear me? Just let me know down in the chat if you can hear me. Shout out to Alexi. Thank you so much for upgrading your membership to the Web Warrior Fanatic Mega Fanatic tier. If you have any custom gameplay requests, you can just comment anywhere on like any video and I'll see it, or you can just send me an email as well. But yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I don't know why it's here on the live stream though as like a notification. Normally I don't get notifications for whenever people upgrade memberships. But yeah, today we are going to be ranking all of Spider-Man Peter Parker's cards here in Marvel Champions. And yeah, we have all of his cards listed over here. Right here from his hero card, his alter ego, and all these other cards right here. Hey, what is up, Rob? Can you hear me, by the way? Because I have no clue if anyone can hear me. All clear? Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jay Venom. Welcome to the chat. Okay, cool. All right, it's working. All right. Yeah, so if you guys have not seen my hero tier list debates before, the chat will take a turn, ranking one of these cards right here. And then I will rank a card, or I can skip my turn to like move the chat's ranking like up or down one tier. And then same thing with you guys. You guys can skip y'all's turn to move my rank for a card up or down or tier. And I do want to give a huge shout outs to Ziggy. He has a series doing this where he ranks like hero cards. And I asked him if it would be okay if I do this as well, because I thought this would be really fun to do with the chat. And he said it is okay. So huge shout out to Ziggy. Zoom in a little bit to the tier list. Okay. Do you mean like, let me see. I'm trying to zoom that in. How is that? Is that better? Each time I try to fiddle with it on the screen share thing, I know it lags me a little bit, but hopefully that's better to see. Awesome. All right. So I think we just go ahead and get started, guys. So I'm just gonna go with the first person in chat to name one of these cards. We're just gonna rank that card, and I'll ask you guys where you want to rank it. So, what is up, David? Welcome to the chat. So yeah, anyone in chat, whatever the first card that I see that you guys type, backflip, Peter Parker, the alter ego side, Spy Tracer. Ooh, start with the alter ego. Okay, so that's the one we're gonna go with, guys. So Peter Parker's alter ego here. So hands as a 6, 3 recovery, 10 hit points, and then his alter ego ability scientist, he can generate a mental resource limit once per round. Where would you guys put this alter ego? Would you put it like, S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, or D tier? And actually, you know what? Sorry, let me get into the tiers really quickly for you guys first. So basically, I really like the B tier here. It says better than aspect cards because I think that hero cards in general are, at a higher curve than aspect cards. So like the average hero card, I think will go in the B tier, right? Because they're gonna be slightly better than aspect cards. C tier is gonna be like a little bit under that, or like situational. D tier is gonna be like worse than aspect cards, right? Like we pretty much never play those cards when we draw them. A tier is going to be amazing. So I expect a lot of the hero cards to go here as well, because a lot of them are better than aspect cards and also a lot better. And then S tier, like top level cards. Welcome Nar Antlers to the chat. He says S. Ooh, okay. I'm not gonna say my opinion on it yet, but I will start a poll here. So let's see, where would you guys rank Peter Parker's alter ego? So it's not just like the alter ego ability, but it's gonna be like the whole alter ego itself, right? Like with his recovery, his hit points, all that stuff. So we'll put S A. I'm glad you're able to join this time, Nar Antlers. I apologize for last time not having notification for the live stream. So I'm gonna start this poll here, and I'll see what you guys vote for. J Venom says his alter ego is just ingenuity, which is a top tier upgrade. Yeah, I totally agree. It's ingenuity, but you can only use it obviously in alter ego, but still very, very good. What is the poll looking like right now? So we have like A tier is winning right now, and S tier is the other vote. It seems like a lot of you guys are voting A tier right here. Interesting, interesting. Feel free to let me know down in the chat why you guys think it's A tier if you are voting for that. And if you think it's like something else, feel free to let me know down down in the comment. Yeah, so I mean, definitely, it's one of the most simple abilities. Just a classic mental resource. I think that's very thematic to Peter Parker as well. Rob says I'm the S tier. Uh, oh, okay. So I think there's one vote in the S tier. So I know Nar Antler said S earlier, so that means he probably hasn't voted yet. David says Peter is in the A tier. Okay, I can totally see that as well. Yeah, I'm gonna let this poll run for like maybe 2 more minutes. I think I found like last time we did like a 3 minute poll. It's pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with how that last stream went. Yeah, guys, the last stream was tons of fun. I was very excited to do another stream here and just hang out with you guys. I am a little bit under the weather though, so I may take a break in a little bit. But yeah, I'm excited to see where it's. Okay, so it seems like the majority is voting A tier. I don't know if that's going to change. I feel you guys take A tier here. I don't want to share my thoughts on it until after like the poll entirely finishes, and whether or not I'm gonna move the alter ego card, like bump it up or down a tier. But yeah, I have the rules to the tier list debate game in the description of this video, and I also have a link to Ziggy's channel who does this. Nar Antler says, but who has a better alter ego than Peter? And I immediately see the S tier get voted up one a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that, right? So I think like one of the few heroes that have like a better alter ego would be Captain Marvel, right? Also from the core set. Yeah, and J Venom also says Captain Marvel is better for sure. I do think that her alter ego is better, right? She has more recovery, she has more hit points. So I mean, I'm gonna spoil that whenever I do hers, but she's definitely S tier for me. However, for Peter Parker's, he generates a resource instead of Captain Marvel, which can draw you a card. And I'm not saying that drawing the card is worse. I think like drawing the card is definitely better, right? Like because you can draw into a double, you can draw into one of her triples, and just having more options is good. But I think that there are a few times where actually generating a resource is better than drawing an actual card. And situations like that is like whenever, let's say you have like I don't know, like a helicarrier or like a mansion, like both in hand. Like all the cards that you have in your hand are cards that you want to play. And sometimes drawing an extra card is another card that you want to play. So now, in order to play the cards that you want to, you have to toss one of the cards that you don't, or that you still want to play, but you won't see it again, right? I don't know if you guys have been in that situation where it's like my whole hand is so freaking good. Like I really want to play all these cards. I have like, I don't know, Aunt May, I have like a Nick Fury, like I have like all these nice cards, but I drew into a card that I want to use a resource, and then instead that card is like, I don't know, Nick Fury. I'm like, oh crap. Like I only had, I was expecting to draw into one card to play AMA, but the one card I drew was Nick Fury. So now I won't be able to play it for this deck pass because like I have to use them to play AMA, for example, right? So I think there are times where the scientist ability is better, but I agree that Captain Marvel overall is still having the better alter ego. Rob here says, I have a limited card pool experience, so I'm probably going off theory in terms of I'm not sure comp. I do have a lot of experience with Spidey, and I found it very useful. Yeah. Iron Stark here says, yes, alter ego is good, but you aren't missing out as much staying hero because Spidey says, yeah, I totally agree. What is up, Alexi? Welcome to the chat. Thank you for upgrading your membership, by the way. I saw that at the beginning of this chat. So I'm not sure if like you upgrade like in the middle of the stream or something. I'm not sure like how notifications for that work, but I appreciate you a lot. And yeah, if you have a custom gameplay request, you can just comment like anywhere, or you can shoot me like an email too. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna end the poll here, guys. It's been a little bit for the poll. So, chat voted for Peter Parker's alter ego to be in the A tier. That's where you guys put his, his entire card, right? Like not just the alter ego ability, but like the recovery 3, 10 hit points, all of that. And I think that that's definitely a fair spot for it. However, you guys know I'm biased, so this is gonna be a very biased game. I'm gonna skip my turn. I think that Peter Parker has an S tier level, super duper strong alter ego ability. So I'm gonna skip my turn here, guys, to move the alter ego side of Peter Parker to the S tier. I think it's really, really strong, and I think like Nar Antler's like made a good point. Like what hero has a better alter ego ability? Sorry, guys. I'm gonna take a break really quickly. I'm feel a little bit sick. Give me a second, guys. All right, got some water too. Sorry about that, guys. Are you gonna skip all your turns and always move up what we vote up one tier because you're? I hopefully I don't. I think I have some fair opinions on this, but I think that the alter ego for Peter Parker, like to me, Peter Parker has the same alter ego as like Cyclops. I think Cyclops is also another like S tier level alter ego, right? Because it's just 6 hand size, 3 recovery, 10 hit points, and Cyclops can tutor a card, which I'm almost always using that as a resource until late game, right? But even late game, Peter Parker being able to use it as a resource, I think it's still pretty good. So like I think that if you have Cyclops in S tier, I will also attribute Peter Parker to S tier. Captain Marvel is better. I think that she is higher up in S tier, but still in the S tier, right? Like a lot of heroes, I think belong in A tier, and then just having a +1 resource like permanently puts you like in the S tier. So like I think like Tiger is also another one where being able to dig for a hunted, they can either use as a resource or like play. I think also puts her in the S tier. So yeah, Hulk's alter ego, trash. I don't even know how you put a trash alter ego in because like this is kind of like including like aspect cards too, but yeah, Hulk definitely has. It's I mean you can say it's situational too. You could kind of argue that, but like honestly, it's like more trash than situational because the hand size is 5. So you're drawing a card and you're tossing a card. Like I would just rather have no ability at all and have a 6 card hand size, right? So all right, guys. So it's back to chat's turn because I wasted my turn to move y'all's ring of Peter Parker. So the way that I decided to go for this, just to kind of speed it up, is the first person that names a card, we're just gonna vote for that card and then see where you guys want to rank it. So the first person to say any one of these cards there is what I'm gonna have the poll on. Oh man, okay, Rob got it again. Rob is dictating. He's running the chat here, guys. Venom says web shooter, but I'm sorry, dude. Rob got it first here with the hero side of the card. So we're gonna be ranking Spider-Man's hero side here. So let me start a poll. What tier is Spider-Man's hero card? I want a recount. Yeah, I'll keep web shooters in mind actually. Okay, what tier is Spider-Man's hero card? Okay, I just started the poll, so I see what you guys think. Also, let me know down in the chat, guys. How do you guys feel about this time? Like, is this a good time for you guys? Is it a bad time for you guys? I'm not sure about the like. I don't know if I should stream earlier or later. I have no clue. I know a lot of people couldn't make the last stream. What time? I think I did that like. I mean, it was on New Year's. I think it was like in the afternoon. No, it was like going to the evening because I remember it was getting dark. So I'm not sure this is a good time for you guys. Alexi says, unrelated to Spider-Man, but I'm currently playing a Hulkling deck. I built focus on using imitation shape to get crazy card draw inside quickly. It's pretty fun. Hulkling using imitation shape. Imitation shape. That's the one. That one draws you a card, right? I haven't used that one a lot. That's probably one of my lesser used shapes. It's like the one that he gets like a total of 3 thwart with it, right? The +2 thwart, and then when you play an event, you can exhaust to draw a card. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, you can draw a card every single turn, and he's storing for a lot. So yeah, you can kill off the side schemes, right? I'm guessing is what you're doing. Yeah, that sounds like a cool build. Rob says, decent time for me. Yeah, I know you're in Asia, but could do 1 hour earlier. Yeah, I think this is yeah, it's pretty early in the morning for here. I'm not sure like the different time zones for people in the US if it's gonna be like too early for a lot of people. I don't know if people are working more in this time, but Jeff the Shark says evening works better for me, but I'm here today. Awesome. Welcome to the chat, Jeff. Alexi says +2 thwart. He gets so this is talking about Hulkling's imitation shape. +2 thwart. He gets schemed on instead of attack. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. So that force interrupt there, like Nick Fury. You can draw a card after you use an event. I built Injustice using chance encounter as well. Oh yeah, it's really cool to recur Wiccan with chance encounter. I was imagining the Justice aspect Wiccan, but yeah, that works with the idea specific Wiccan, which is very very good. Yeah, this time is the best for me. Okay, cool. Glad to hear that it's working for some of you guys. I think I may experiment a little bit, like with the times, but yeah, I want to give you guys a good time to do these live streams. Curtis says 1 Thor keeps me from voting Spidey S tier. Yeah, let me see how long this chat's been running. Okay, the vote's been going for about 2 minutes. I think all the votes are basically in though. But yeah, Curtis says the 1 Thor keeps me from voting Spidey as an S tier hero in terms of like his hero side of the card being like S tier, right? And I'm gonna end the poll because oh wait. Oh man. The poll's so close. It's 45% S tier right now. Someone just voted, and 55% A tier. So I'm gonna leave it running a little bit longer because it's only been 2 minutes. I said we're gonna do 3, but yeah, I'm not gonna share my opinion yet. But I think that's definitely very very valid. Yeah, it's because he only has one Thor instead of having two Thor. Rob says you could do a rotation, like alternating 2 different time slots across different hero card tiering debates. You do a rotation like alternate 2 different time slots across different hero card tiering debates. Oh, do you mean like ranking like Spider-Man, like his cards during like the morning and then like Captain Marvel at night or something like that? In terms of like when I stream. J Venom says it's A plus tier. Oh man, S tier took it. All right, all right. I mean, it's been over 3 minutes now, and everyone just been voting S tier after that. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm gonna end the poll here because it looks like it says here that there's 12 people in the chat and 13 votes. So I think everyone's basically voted. Narrator says 1, 2, 3 is a silent, right? So the 1 Thor, 2 attack, 3 defense. Okay. So I'm ending the poll there, guys. Dang. Okay. All right. You guys put Peter Parker in the S tier. That's pretty crazy. And then since you guys can finish your turn here, I would do want to ask. I would do another poll. Do you want it in front or behind the alter ego? So is Spider-Man's hero card better than his alter ego side? So depending on how you guys vote on this poll, we're gonna bump Spider-Man upward, or we're gonna put like the Spider-Man card in front of Peter Parker, or like behind, right? Let's see. Rob says, "Yep, when you stream 1 in the morning, next time it's evening." Yeah, I think I can. I think I'm definitely gonna try that the next time, and then see how that works for you guys if evening is better. Let me see. Alexi says it was close for me because I do love his text, but I don't like the one Thor. Yeah, totally get that. So a lot of you guys voting yes, like the hero card above the Art Ego. That makes sense because you guys voted for the Art Ego to be an A tier. So I think it makes sense that most of you guys are voting. Yeah, it's just I think the poll is getting dominated here for yes. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put him um Spider-Man, his hero side in S tier, and the Alter Ego side also in S tier, but behind the hero side. Okay. All right, that's really interesting. I'm gonna let the poll run a little bit, but I think I can share my thoughts here. So I agree with what a lot of you guys said. I do like the 1, 2, 3 stat line. I think that that's a very interesting stat line. Spider Sense, right? His hero ability where each time the villain initiates an attack, you can draw a card, right? This scales. The more difficult the villain is, if you get unlucky and get like assaults, like multiple activations, that's awesome because you're drawing multiple cards, right? That one turn. Like scientists, you only generate 1 resource per round, like it's capped at that, like forever, right? So, I mean, that's very powerful to do that. But I agree with what a lot of people said. Like Alexi said here, I don't like the one Thort. And then I know Curtis said earlier, the one Thort keeps me from voting Spider-Man S tier. I should agree with that. So if it were up to me, I would have put the Spider-Man hero set in the A tier. I think that there are better hero cards than the Spider-Man hero side. I think that this works very well with this kit actually. And yeah, but I think that if you're just looking at this hero form, the card, having a 2 Thor hero is massive compared to having the 1 Thor. I think that that's a very, very important thing, in Marvel Champions. However, once again, you guys know I'm biased. I'm not gonna skip my turn here to bump Spider-Man down, right? That doesn't make any sense for me to skip a turn to bump him down, right? Because yeah, so you guys are gonna rank a card, or not like maybe one of his cards here. I'll probably like maybe skip a turn to bump it down if I disagree. But the hero card of Spider-Man, I'm not gonna skip my turn to bump that down, right? So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you for voting for Spider-Man to be an S tier here. Chat decided that, not me. But yeah. So Jay Venom here says, I just think that 1, 2, 3 isn't the max of Spider-Man in the comics. His whole gimmick is the Thor Gam. Yeah. So I mean, I think that I totally agree with that. Like, Spider-Man is one of the Thor's heroes. He's like a smart guy that goes back to the lab and like thinks up stuff to like try to solve and like defeat the villain, like whatever situation. So yeah, I agree. Like this isn't a tiers for like theme though. It's like a power tiers, right? Like how strong these cards are. But yeah, I agree with the theme point as well. Nar Antlers says 3 defense, tank, and keep allies out. I know Nar Antlers loves the 3 defense heroes like Domino. And I do agree, like having 3 defense, I'm not even gonna say it's underrated because I think that having the 3 defense is the worst stat to have 3 of, right? Like I think like having 3 attack, and then the best one is obviously if you have 3 Thor, like that goes really hard. So like I the 3 defense can be slept on, but I think that it is valuable for sure. He says, Narler says, 3 defense means allies thwart. Yeah, because you're like taking hits, right? And then you can exhaust to defend, and you have the economy to play allies. So yeah, I mean, I can definitely see that. The voters like going like crazy right now, but yeah, it seems like most of you guys voted for Spider-Man. Yeah, his S tier. His hero side of the card is gonna be S tier. So yeah, yeah, I mean that is definitely fair. It's definitely valid. But I personally, if it were up to me, I would have just put an A tier there because I feel like that's kind of a fair swap because of the one thwart, right? Like a hero that has some sort of resource generation and like a two thwart, for example, like Spider Ham. I think that it's just like I think Spider Ham's like hero side of the card is like leaps and bounds better than Peter Parker Spider Man's. Versus like I think like Captain Marvel and Peter Parker's alter ego side, it's like equivalent, right? Like they're both kind of like at the top. Like you generate one resource, but then the Spider having the two Thor, I feel like it's massive, massive. So yeah. What is up, Matterford? Thank you. Welcome to the chat, and yeah, happy New Year to you too, man. Hope you're having a awesome New Year. So yeah, we are doing the heroes debate here, and chat voted for Spider-Man's hero card to be in the S tier. So yeah, I'm gonna end that poll here. Okay, so I didn't waste my turn, so that's where you guys put Spider-Man. So now it's back to my turn. I get to pick any one of these cards. I think it's my first turn, this game for this tier's debate. So which one should I rank, guys? I'm gonna rank. I'm gonna rank Black Cat. This may be a hot take. I'm gonna rank Black Cat, and I wanna show you guys that I don't think I'm biased. Okay, I am biased. I know I'm biased, but I think that this might be a little bit fair. I'll put Black Cat in the B tier. So I think that why I think that may be a hot take is I feel like a lot of people might even put her in the A tier. Personally, she is a very solid ally in my opinion, right? The main gimmick with her, so she's a 2-cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 consequential damage for thwarting, 1 attack, but no consequential damage for attacking. So she can stay and play forever and just attack limitlessly if she wants to. But as a force response, after you play her, you must discard the top 2 cards of your deck. And if it's any mental resource in there, you can add to your hand. If they're not printed mental resource, like if it's a wild, you have to discard it, right? So yeah, she's a 2 hit points as well. Manafort says an ally that gives you resources and doesn't go away from constant damage is 100% an S tier. Okay, that's crazy. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but I'm definitely gonna have a poll here, and if you guys all agree on that, then I will bump her up. But the most you can bump her up is the A tier actually, because I put her in the B tier. So let me see here. So uh, how strong is Black Cat? Let me put the Black Cat ally. So I'll put SA. Oh crap! Sorry guys, I started the poll. I clicked the wrong button. I always do that. Okay, let me end the poll there. Sorry guys, very new to live streaming here. How strong is the Black Cat ally? SA at option. Wait, sorry guys. That's not the poll. The poll needs to be do you want to move Black Cat? Yeah, do you want to move my ranking? So I'm going to say the options would be A is you want to move to A, and then B, and then C if you want to bump her down. If you vote for B, then you just want to keep my ranking exactly where it's at. So I think that's a better poll. Sorry, guys, I was tripping with that. Okay, let me see. Catch up on chat here. Rob says, I think in a high mental deck, Black Cat goes up A tier. Yeah, for sure, you want to build around the mental resource for Black Cat. So the reason that why I put Black Cat in B, I think that she's definitely better than aspect cards. But for me, she doesn't go A because there's many situations, especially during my first deck pass, where I draw Black Cat and I want this ally in play, but I am fearful about playing her and I end up not playing her because I know, like for this game particularly, I really need AMA. And if Black Cat discards AMA, who is a printed energy resource, then I'm kind of screwed, right? So like obviously it's really good if she can net you 2 resources. If she does that, right? Like she has a situational like RNG type of effect. If she nets you 2 cards in your hand, I mean, she's arguably like, one of the strongest cards in the game, right? Like a 2 cards out that draws you the 2 cards back, can attack infinitely, right? That's like top S tier. But I think that there's times where she kind of screws me over whenever I play her, and I regret playing her, right? Because she discards something that I really want, like backflips. I mean, I can't tell you the amount of times that Black Cat has discarded Spider-Man's backflips or like AMA or like Spire Tracers. I mean, this card's not as important, but I think that's kind of the reason why Black Cat for me goes to B tier. She's definitely still way better than like regular aspect cards, but there are times where I'm drawing her and I'm kind of like, okay, I need to play it safe. I'm not going to play her. I think that's the reason I personally have her in the B tier. But I'm interested in seeing what you guys think about that. Curtis says not taking consequent damage is not that strong in my opinion. Is not that strong. Oh, it's interesting. Okay, I don't know. I think that it depends. I think that if you don't take consequent damage for thwarting, once again, I think thwarting is just a lot more powerful. So that would be crazy, right? Not taking constant damage for thwarting, because then you have like a beat cop every single turn that can thwart and not take damage, right? So like the Wolverine aggression ally who has like 1 thwart, 3 attack, 1 consequent damage for thwarting, but he heals himself, 1 hit point every single turn, right? So he's kind of like a beat cop, but he's 4 cost, obviously. So I think that definitely the attack value is not as high as the thwarting value. But I mean, there's times where I can play her on turn 1 and then she's like pinging off damage every single turn for the whole game, which is insane. So yeah, I think that it is strong, but I kind of see Kurz' side. It's not like the craziest thing in the world. Manifer says, what do you define as an S tier ally, like the staple aside from Nick Fury? So like I mean obviously Nick Fury, Moon Girl, those are S tier allies. So like I'm comparing Black Cat to them, right? An identity specific, like really strong ally for identity specific cards. I I'm tempted to put Moon Knight in there. I think Moon Knight from Tiger's Kit is very very good. Coming in for 1 cost, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points, and he summons a minion which Tiger loves, and he also stuns and confuses that minion. I'm tempted to almost say that's maybe even A tier though, simply because of the fact that against like steady star minions he doesn't do that, but he tutors it, right? So I feel like he's almost S tier. Like if not S tier, I think a lot of you guys would agree that he is S tier because Moon Knight can tutor any minion. So you just pick a minion that's not star or steady. The only problem that is with like Formidable Foe, the standard 2 environment that gives all the enemies steady if you're playing on expert mode, right? But yeah, other than that, I think that Moon Knight is a pretty. I mean, Moon Knight, I think outclasses Black Cat. Trying to think of other allies that I would put in the S tier off the top of my head, like a really good identity specific ally. Um, do the mutants have anything crazy? I like. Oh man, I don't know. I feel like Colossus is pretty good. The Colossus ally from Magic's identity cards, right? Her hero cards. I think he's pretty good too. And let me check this poll real quick. So, okay, it's been 3 minutes. You guys voted for the B tier, so I think you guys just want to keep Black Cat in the B tier. A few votes for the A tier here as well. Like the poll is actually pretty close, but I think that the majority of you guys agreed to just leave her in the B tier. So I'm gonna end the poll. It's been 4 minutes for the poll. Let me go ahead and ask chat here. Who is the next? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna. I remember Venom said web shooters, so I'm gonna have you guys vote on web shooters here, and then I'll catch up with the chat here. So. How strong are web shooters? I'll put the poll, and then while it's running, I can catch up here on chat. Okay, so let's see. J Venom says, identity specific ally tier list. We're eating good in 2026. I mean, that would be a fun tier list to be honest. Maybe I might do that. It's gonna be super long though, is the thing. Um, yeah, but I mean, if I ever finish this live stream series where we like do every single hero kit, you guys will see like where I have each identity specific ally, right? So, we'll see if that happens. I definitely want to keep on doing this. But yeah, we will see. Um, Curtis says, if not taking consequential damage is strong, then why isn't Yondu a must play? Fair point. Like Yondu, I don't know actually what the community thinks about Yondu. I personally am not a big fan of the Yondu leadership ally. 4 cost is the major thing with him. I think he thwarts for 2 though, but takes a consequent damage for thwarting, and he just attack infinitely, right? I think for him, it's the 4 cost is brutal, and 1 attack, right? So I mean, I think Black Cat's definitely better than him. I mean, obviously he's an aspect card, so it makes sense that Black Cat is better than the Yondu ally. But yeah, I definitely see your point there. I agree that Yondu isn't that amazing. Nar Antler says Black Cat shouldn't be S because that's Nick, Professor X, Mockingbird, Psylocke, etc. But she's A tier for me. Yeah, a good point. I think we have to keep in mind all the like top tier allies. So we're comparing like a card like that, Black Cat to them. They shouldn't be Black Cat's not on that level, right? Like if I have Black Cat and Nick Fury in hand, I'm easily playing Nick Fury almost 100% of the time, right? So that's like an easy decision for me. But Nariano said that she is A tier. Yeah, so I definitely see the case for her being A tier. I think that I actually thought you guys would put her in the A tier, and but I personally think she's B tier. You know, I'm super unbiased here for Spider-Man, so you know I'm willing to put something a little bit lower. Um, and then let's see. Alexi says Braun is pretty good, especially in sidekick deck. The Braun. Oh yeah, the Braun ally, right? For the identity ally for Ironheart. Yeah, he is very, very good. He's like a 4-cost resource generator, right? So he's basically, I don't know how to he can activate, right? He has, I believe, 2 Thor, 2 attack, which is very good. When he's exhausted, you can generate a mental resource. Like every single time that he is exhausted, you can able to generate that mental resource like once per round, I believe. So yeah, I mean that ally is very, very good. Um it yeah, the ally, I don't know. I don't know if I put it S tier, but I think it's a very good ally. Let me see. Mitsuo, welcome to the chat. He says Captain Marvel from SW. Damn, what does SW mean? Sorry. Oh, from Spider Woman. Okay. Captain Marvel from Spider Woman is a nice card draw. Yeah. I mean, she being able to activate for 2 Thor 2 attack and also draw your card. Spider Woman's identity ally is also very, very powerful. I do think that with her, it's 4 costs, and then she's not an aspect card. That's my like big problem with her. So Spider Woman cannot use finesse to generate resources for her. So like Spider Woman basically has no economy to pay for Captain Marvel, who doesn't really synergize with her kit. So that's kind of my thing with Captain Marvel. I think that in another hero, it would be a lot better. But yeah, I mean, I think you can definitely make a case. She's a great Voltron target. I would personally just prefer the Avengers Mansion over Captain Marvel though, because the Mansion stays in play forever. Captain Marvel, you have to kind of like heal her if you want to keep her in play, because she'll constantly take consequential damage, right? But you can definitely make a case for that. Nico says, in my opinion, an S tier ally is one you play 9 out of 10 times at minimum. You don't play Black Cat 9 out of 10 because she can mill Aunt May. If Aunt May had a mental resource, then that would make Black Cat better. I think I absolutely agree with this because I think I don't mind milling the backflips as much as Aunt May. Aunt May is like that key thing. Like once Aunt May is in play, we feel like as Spider-Man players, we feel like, okay, I'm kind of safe this game. I can take a lot of damage. I can be a lot more reckless. But Black Cat constantly milling Aunt May if you get very unlucky feels very, very bad. So yeah, I totally agree. Like that's why I also don't think that she is an S tier ally. Rob here says web shooters is definitely better than an aspect card, but it's not a permanent resource generator like a Quinn carrier. Nara says I like web shooters because it's never too late to play. A helicarrier mission end up being net loss if it's late. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Okay, the poll's been going on for 4 minutes. Oh, we have votes in like every single tier here, which I don't think we've had before in the previous polls for other cards. How strong are web shooters? With 8% S tier, 42% the A tier, 33% B tier, and 17 C tier. So most of you guys voted for the A tier. So I'm gonna put that for you guys for the web shooters going to A tier. Um, dang. Okay, let me think how I feel about that. Oh man, I think I think I would personally put the web shooters in the B tier. I think I put it behind Black Cat. Man, I feel like I'm pretty down the spiral right here. But you guys vote for A tier, so we're gonna put it here for now. I think that obviously, so web shooters, the one cost upgrade, super duper cheap. It's very, very high tempo because you get this on-demand resource generator that you can exhaust, remove a counter to generate a wall resource, and it comes with 3 counters, right? So you use it 3 times. It's for sure minimum B tier, in my opinion, because it's better than like those like enhanced physiques, the enhanced reflexes, those like aspect cards, quote unquote, right? So I think that it's better than like the average curve for aspect card. But like what someone said over here, they said that let me think, where is it? Rob over here said that it's not a permanent resource generator like a Quinn carrier. So yeah, I like something like the Quinn carrier or like Ingenuity or Mansion better, just because it's permanent. However, you can always make the case for web shooters over them in like a rush build or a high tempo build, right? Because in those builds, you want to spend your resource every single turn in your hand, also putting out damage, right? So if you just play the web shooter and you're playing the end of the game in 3 turns, well, web shooter is a lot better than a mansion, for that type of deck. Same for like a Quinn carrier or like the Ingenuity, which you may not be able to be in Artigo whenever you play Ingenuity. So I definitely see that argument for the web shooter there. And I definitely see the case for it being better than those cards. I think that for me, though, just the type of player that I am, the majority of the time that I am, the way that I play Peter Parker, I value the Quinn carrier and the mansion higher than the web shooter. However, I'm once again, I'm showing my bias here. I'm not going to skip a turn to move the web shooters down. That just feels like disingenuous to Spider-Man for me to do that. So I'm happy where you guys put the web shooters. I can definitely see the case. I think that If you're playing like a high tempo build or like a rush build, web shooters are a lot better than if you're slowly building out. But like Nar Antler said, I mean, web shooters is honestly never too late to play, right? Even if you're setting up like that 3 swing web kick turn, the web shooters always help out with that. So sorry guys, I'm realizing right now this tier list is gonna be super like inflated in terms of like if you guys rate a card high and I disagree, I'll like usually leave it, and if you guys rate a card low, I'll probably bump it. So it's up to you guys to keep me in check here whenever I rate a card high for you guys to drop it down a little bit. So I apologize for like kind of the bias there, but I'm okay with the web shooters in A tier. I definitely don't want to argue against that. I can definitely see the case for that as well. Let me catch up here with chat. So Rob says, I personally not found needing AMA often, so I play Black Cat always. That's interesting. Yeah, if you're able to survive the damage with like backflips or like block with allies, and you don't need AMA, I mean Black Cat definitely can come out a lot more often. Alexa says Braun has 3 attack, which is a great break point for a lot of minions. Does he have 3 attack? That's crazy. Yeah, 3 attack is awesome. Yeah, because a lot of minions have 3 health. So like, I mean, that's kind of exactly what I'm thinking of for Braun. Yeah, Braun is pretty insane. I know he's 4 cost. That's pretty expensive, but 2 Thor, 3 attack. We're talking about Ironheart's identity ally. That's bonkers good. That's bonkers good. Okay, let me start a poll here before I catch up on chat. So you guys rank the web shooters in the A tier. I'm gonna leave that. So it's back over to my turn to rank a card, and I'm gonna see if you guys want to move my ranking, and then I'll catch up here with chat. Let's do. I'm gonna rank Aunt May. Aunt May, best healing card in the game, adjacent to the best, because now we have freaking Queen Ramonda from Shuri's hero pack, which essentially is the exact same thing as AMA, except in multiplayer, if you're playing with T'Challa, you can also use that to heal T'Challa, so a little bit better actually. But in terms of like healing for Shuri, it's the exact same. So AMA is a 1 cost support, stays in play, forever, and you can exhaust her, but only as an alternate action where you are, as Peter Parker, and she will heal 4 damage from you. I think she is the best card. I think she's better than I'll put her number 1 S tier. She takes my vote for being the best card in Spider-Man's kit, above Spider-Man, the hero side and the alter ego side. I would personally have it like more like this, right? But yeah, you guys voted for this to be here. But yeah, I mean, Aunt May, very, very powerful. Like the main thing for me is she just allows me to play so like disgustingly recklessly. Like I'm just like taking shots to the face. Like I'm like, okay, the highest boost icon in the deck is a 3. So the villain's hitting me with the base of 3 attack. And I know they don't have any ways to get, additional boost. There's no amplifier or anything like that. And I have 7 health. Well, let me just take the hit. And then like they'll get a 3 boost and I'll drop down 1 life. Doesn't matter. Like I'm flipping down and makes healing me back up to full life across 2 turns, right? So crazy. Like I think that having that advantage is so needed for a lot of heroes, and that's what makes Spider-Man feel so tanky, right? I think that's like the main thing why he's tanky. Aunt May, I mean, obviously he's got like backflips to 3 defense, but Aunt May like solidifies that, in my opinion, the most. Okay, let me see. Catch up on chat. Oh, let me start the poll here. So I'm gonna ask first: do you guys want to move Aunt May? Do you want to move Aunt May up, down tier? So we'll do S tier, A tier, and that's actually the only options, right? And I'm gonna vote move her within the S tier. If you guys want to skip a turn to move her within the S tier. So yeah, we'll start that poll. And so basically the options here are, if you guys want to keep her where I put her, then you just leave her, you guys can vote S tier. If you guys want to move her down, then you guys can vote the A tier. And if you guys want to move her within the S tier, so like for example, that means dropping her just below Spider-Man or below Peter Parker, then you guys can vote that third option that I have there, and I'll have another poll asking you guys where you guys want to put Aunt May. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Aunt May. All right, let me see. Catch up on chat here. So Rob says, I tend to play ally heavy deck, so I don't get damaged often. Yeah, Sam. I think it's still nicer to keep those allies around for them to activate more because Aunt May allows Spider-Man to take those hits. But yeah, I can definitely see that build. And like, Black can obviously always block for you as well because she's a very cheap ally. Jet the Shark says, I think Snow Clone could be S tier. I find each one to be normally 2 damage every single turn. Yeah, I mean, Snow Clone is very, very good. I think there are decks where it's 100% S tier, and there are decks where they're a little bit lower. Yeah, you could definitely make the case for them to be S tier. They're very powerful for sure. Those are Iceman's identity-specific allies. Now, Antler says, if you're scared of milling, you should play more Domino Mill. Fearlessly with zero regrets. Yeah, that was kind of my biggest things why I did not like Domino when I first started playing her because I'm always milling like my favorite cards, right? Like the Avengers Mansion, Nick Fury, stuff like that. But definitely because you kept on having me play Domino for more and more games, I've enjoyed her more. But yeah, I could, yeah, I think that that's not my favorite playstyle, but I definitely appreciate people that like that, and I think that it's a very fun way. Like I almost want to like it, I just don't, because I'm more of like a safer player. But I mean, I do like Domino a lot more nowadays. I like the like thought of like just milling everything and just being chill with it, right? Alexi says, Jeff the Shark, I love snow cones. I play them pretty much as soon as I get them. Okay, okay, I can definitely see that. Alexi also says, I think another argument for web shooters, okay, so you guys both have A tier, is you can have two of them in play at the same time. And obviously in multiplayer, it means another Avenger player can have the Queen care. Yeah, yeah, I mean, that's totally true. Having both web shooters in play, like if you play them, let's say like on round one, you can use them that round you play them, right? But then on the next round, I mean, you have 5 cards in hand, you draw one with Spider Sense, it's up to 6, and you have 2 web shooters. That's immediately like 8 resources right there, like on the table. Pretty bonkers and just very, very high tempo, right? You can just pop off that next turn, play the mansion even if you want to, right? If you're doing like a more slow tempo build, you can now afford the mansion, afford the Helicarrier a lot easier because the web shooters are in play. So Rob says Aunt May next. Oh no, I'm the one that gets a rank next. So yeah, I ranked Aunt May here. Let me see the poll here of what you guys have for Aunt May. Okay, yeah. So it seems like the majority of the votes here, you guys voted to keep Aunt May in the S tier where I put her. So okay, I think that the poll can't really change anymore because it's a lot of votes have been in. So all right, let's end that poll. All right, so how do we do this? Okay, Okay, I think I'm gonna catch you here a little bit on chat, but first person to chat one of these 5 cards here, I'm gonna start a poll on that. So if you guys whichever card you guys want to rank, usually Rob has been dictating this poll here. So whoever says Rob's got it again, guys. He said backflip. Okay, so let me start off backflip here. Alexi also says backflip, and I'll definitely catch him on chat here after I start this poll. So how powerful is backflip? And we'll do SA B, and C. Okay, so I have the poll started there. You guys can vote on that, and let me catch up a little bit in chat. I apologize for getting behind a little bit here. Let me see. Okay, Alexi says, I'm not biased at all, but Cream Ramonda is better. Yeah, I mean, Queen Ramonda is definitely just better than Anime because I mean, she's also a 1 cost support that heals 4 from Shuri, but from any Wakanda character also includes T'Challa, right? So it's just, I mean, obviously in True Soul it's the exact same, and in multiplayer it's also the exact same unless you're playing with a T'Challa friend, right? If no one's playing T'Challa, it's actually just the exact same. So yeah, I mean, definitely multiplayer with a T'Challa. If you're doing like a 2-handed game with T'Challa and Shuri, I mean, Kurumana is insane. I've done that before, like where she's just healing everybody every other turn. Bonkers because you want to like usually flip like everyone's alter ego and back. So yeah, I mean, she goes super duper hard in multiplayer, especially with the child player. Rob says, yeah, the queen is better. Yeah. Rob says, AMA is one of my 3 least used Spidey cards. Crazy, crazy. I mean, yeah, I think that's from what you told me about how you like to play Spider-Man, more of like a just block with the allies and having backflips and all of that. You don't really flip down to alter ego as much. Rob says, I'm moving that down for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm guessing you voted to put it in the A tier for that last poll. Nar says, I agree 100% with you on AMA. Thank you, Nar. I feel we have a lot of the same opinions on a lot of things. So let's see. Rob says, Mood decks are more fun when you have Digging Deep and White Fox. Totally agree. Yeah, I definitely like Digging Deep is such a fun card, and same with White Fox. I like them a lot with Iron Man as well. It's just not my favorite thing with Iron Man because like if I get lucky and then like I never mill a White Fox, then it feels so bad. But whenever you could get it in play for free, it feels very, very nice. Rob voted, yeah. So Rob and Alexi, I just called with chat a little bit there. Said backflip for the next card, and I'll have you guys vote. Seems like most of you guys are voting for backflip to be in the S tier here. And then Rob says, I generally dislike events, but 0 cost events like backflip are worth. Yeah, I mean, I feel this exact same way. Events are like my least favorite card type. I think that I've been growing to like events more lately, but 0 cost events are insane because you don't have to pay anything for them, right? You're just using that 1 card from your hand that's the actual event. Rob says, I mean events played on the villain phase. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely agree that events played in the villain phase are less useful than like player phase events because you have to draw into them. Backflip is pretty easy. S in my opinion, it's probably the best event in the game, especially since it's free with Sparse replacing it. Yeah, so I think that you guys voted S tier here. Yeah, for backflip. So I'm gonna end the poll. I'm gonna go ahead and put backflip in the S tier. But now I'm gonna ask you guys, where do you want it in the S tier, right? So let's start another poll here. So where does backflip go in the S tier? Okay, we're gonna put in front of Aunt May, in front of hero card, in front of AE, the alter ego, or last. Okay, so I have that post. Sorry guys, I need to take a little bit of a break. I'm just feeling a little bit sick here. I'll be back in like 1 minute. Okay, sorry about this, guys. All right, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I like posted the live stream, and right after that, I got like sick. So I was like, dang it, but I reposted it, so I wanna just commit and do the live stream. Okay, so let me catch up here on chat. Uh, Backflip is a pretty easy S. It's the best. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, is it? No, it's still y'all's turn. So I don't know if I want to comment. I think it's fine. Yeah, I agree. I personally think backflip is the best defensive event in the game of Mario Champions. I could definitely see the case of like, a quick shift from Shadowcat or like shoot block from Captain America. But I think a backflip is like the most simple one and the most universal one that's just able to be used like all the time. So, and it's free with Sparks replacing it, right? So backflip to me always takes the cake. Lexi says, at big time, Nico, 100% agree. Yeah, so at the comment with backup being the best defensive event, I can't think of any other defensive event in the game that costs zero and to have some other drawback to reduce damage by 100%. Yeah, the zero is crazy, guys. It's insane. Like, compared to like an aspect card like Desperate Defense, right? Like, one cost event gives you +2 defense when you're defending, and if you take no damage, you can ready back up. Guys, backflip, you don't even have to exhaust, so you're gonna stay readied. It's one cost cheaper, right? Zero instead of being one cost like a desperate defense, and you block out all the damage. So like desperate defense is if you block all the damage, right? So like desperate defense, in my opinion, is not a bad card at all by any means. It's like a very good card that I use in a lot of perfect defense builds. So I think that it's a great card. Backflip just like demolishes it, right? So definitely agree that backflip is insane. Rob says, I like backflip with Jocasta. Yeah, Jocasta backflip is one of like the ultimate things that you can do with Spider-Man. All right, where do you guys want backflip? Oh, the poll is tied so far. We have 33% in front of MA and 33% in front of the hero card. So, okay, it's going to go somewhere here. I'm going to let the poll run a little bit longer. So you guys want backflip here or here. It seems like that's where you guys are voting right now. So let me see. I think I'm all caught up with chat over here. Yeah, I'm still not sure if this is like the ideal time for doing this. Also, guys, let me know down in the chat. How do you guys feel about a tier list series like this? Like, do you guys want me to do every hero kind of like ranking their cards, or do you guys prefer like other type of stuff? I do like this format a lot here with doing a tier list debate because even if there's not anyone in the chat, I can still kind of do it by myself, right? Like I can just do this tier list and then you guys can still watch it later on because I want to have something where like even if there's zero people in the chat, I'm still able to like provide content for you guys versus like something that forces people to like be there, interact, right? So I like doing a tier list, but let me know down in the chat if you guys have any ideas for like tiers that you would like me to do. Like I don't know, like the hero identific ally one. That I I'm interested in that for sure. It's just gonna be super long. Um, and I don't know if we can do the same format as a tier list debate for that one, just because it is so long. But yeah. Rob says, I like this tiers debate and it's good for community engagement. Yeah, it's so much fun hanging out with you guys. I had a blast last time. So and I'm having fun right now as well. So yeah, these are very cool. Okay, man, no more votes, guys. So if it seems like it's gonna be tied here in front of AMA and in front of the hero card, I'm probably just gonna decide it myself. I'm gonna let the poll run for like 1 minute. It's been 4 minutes that this poll has been running. So yeah, just let me. Okay, thank you. Someone has been voting. We're getting some more votes in. We've got like 2 votes in just now. So it seems like people are saying in front of the hero card now. So yeah, in front of Spider-Man, backflip goes right here in front of Spider-Man, and behind AMA seems to be where you guys want to put that. And this poll has been running for a little bit. So yeah, I mean, now that poll option has been like doubled up. So it's like doubled up of AMA. So yeah, okay, cool. Thank you guys for clearing that up. So yeah, we have backflip here behind AMA. Still super duper strong, but not as good as AMA and better than the Spider-Man hero card. All right, I'm gonna end this poll. Let me see here. And then we have welcome Monk. Why do I join when there's a tiebreaker? How's it going? That's perfect because you broke the tiebreaker, hopefully. What is up, man? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining in for another live stream here. Rob says next up Spider Tracer. We'll hold up. Is Spider Tracer? No, guys, it's my turn. You can't skip my turn. You guys ranked backflip in the S tier, so it's my turn now. This is a friendly. We gotta take turns, but we gotta be civil here. So who am I gonna rank? Should I take the Spider Tracer here from Rob, who wants to rank it? Um, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. You know what? You know what? I will. I will. I'm gonna rank Spider Tracer. Okay. Oh man. Sorry, Rob. I apologize in advance. So this is gonna be an interesting one. I think that most people. I don't know you guys would. I think most people put Spider Tracer in the trash. Actually, I feel like it's a pretty pooped on card. Like not the best card. I think that when I first started playing Mario Champions, it was here to here. But especially lately, now that I've been doing a lot of these like limited card pool plays, dude, Splashes has come in like super duper clutch. And if you're building like a full on aspect deck with like a with the entire card pool, I think that Splashes definitely goes down in the C tier. But there's games where like I'm playing like Venom Goblin and Splashes have removed like I don't know over 12 threat in the course of a game. Like they're like the key cards help me like live. So I don't know. It's super tough. I think overall though, it still goes in C tier. I think that it's just too situational. That it's dependent on a minion being in play, and you have to defeat the minion. Usually, you want to defeat the minion anyway, so it's not that bad of a drawback. But the fact that you're not thwarting unless you have a minion in play makes it kind of bad. If you guys don't know, Spiders, it's a one-cost upgrade that you can attach to a minion, and whenever the attached minion is defeated, you can remove 3 threat from a scheme, from any scheme. So you have some versatility with it there. But yeah, I mean, I think that overall it's still going to be a situational card, right? It's if you're playing and you just never get any minions, this will never do anything, right? This will just always be a dead card, always be a resource card that Black Cat can't even grab because it's an energy resource, right? But if you're playing with a lot of minions like Venom Goblin and you have like a limited card pool, I mean, Spy Chasers can like carry you that game. Like there's many games where Spy Chaser was the MVP card for me that I was like digging my deck for, and whenever I got it, it like did a lot. So yeah, I mean, despite all that, I still think it is a situational card. I don't think it's gonna go in those other tiers there. So let me ask you guys, do you want to move the Spider Tracer? I'm gonna say, how strong are Spider Tracers? And I'll have the poll be for B tier is if you want to move it up one, C tier if you want to keep it where I had it, and then D tier if you think it should go down in the trash. Okay, and then let me catch up here with chat. Let me see. Bardic Mun says, I hear a lot of complaints about, yeah, Spider Chasers definitely have a lot of complaints for community. I think they're valid. Aparcitas, welcome to chat. Spider-Man struggles with multiple minions. I personally disagree with that. I think that he does pretty well with his 2 attack and then like swing web kicks. He can easily play to just knock out minions, and you always have allies with economy. I think that having economy helps you deal with minions a lot of time. But I can definitely see that. I think that that's a big perception of the community that Spider-Man does struggle with minions. So fair point. Rob says, yep, Spider Chaser is one of the bottom 3 Spider cards as well. I just like that it needs a minion. I put it on C tier. I mean, Rob has and May as also one of the bottom Spider-Man cards. So yeah, Spider Chaser and May in a C tier for Rob. And yeah, I mean, this poll is very one-sided here. You guys are voting 88% in C tier. So I think I'm just going to end it here. Even though this poll has only been out for a little bit, I think that like it's just such a landslide vote. And then you guys have Spider Chasers here in the C tier. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the poll, and we're gonna just leave the Spider Chasers here in the C tier. All right, guys, is Rob gonna run the rest of this chat? Let me know down in chat which card you want to do next: Enhanced Fire Sense, Swing Web Kick, or Webbed Up. And actually, you know what, guys, I'm gonna have a poll because there's only 3 cards left. So you guys, you know what? Alexis said Fire Sense. I feel like I should just do it the way that I've been doing it here. Okay, so we'll do Spire Sense next, guys. Okay, so let me start the poll. Rob says I'll let someone else go for it. Thank you, Rob, who is running the live stream here. Okay, so we'll do Spider Sense here. Oh, Alexis, go for poll. Okay, let's just go for the poll then, since he was the one that said Spider Sense. So, which card do you guys want to rank next? Spider Sense or Enhanced Spider Sense? We got the Swinging Web Kick, and we got Webbed Up. So which card you guys want to vote on right now? This is back to chat's turn because I voted, or I put Spider in a C tier, and you guys agree with that. So you guys get another turn here. All right. Where are we at with chat? Nar Antlers says the Spider Tracers are good, but I've got to use a generator to pay for them to get max value. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely nice to have a research generator pay for them. One of my favorite things, guys, is in Alter Ego to use scientists to pay for a Spider Tracer, because you can actually do that, because Spider Tracer, unlike the Webbed Up, is not hero form only. So like I'll have like a flip down, use the extra resource from scientists to pay for Spider Tracer, attach it to a minion, and have my allies wipe out that minion. So like that is tons of fun. I really enjoy doing that line. The poll here, you guys are voting for Webbed Up. So, and it's actually a decent amount of votes. So I think Webbed Up takes it here. We're going to rank Webbed Up next for chat's turn. Yeah. Okay. So where do you guys, how strong of a card you guys think Webbed Up is? So I'm going to not put S tier because I'm only allowed 4 options on these polls. So I'm not going to put S tier for as an option. I think that no one has Webbed Up in the S tier, I think. So let's do how strong is Webbed Up? And then we'll do A tier, B, C, and D. Let's see where you guys have this card. All right. Let me see. Monk says, not hearing the mic issue. Okay, awesome. I'm glad that the mic is better than last time. I don't have a mic. I'm glad that my computer recording sound is better than last time. And I appreciate you letting me know and just keeping up with that. What counters Webbed Up? It feels like a goated Stun Confused. Yeah, for sure. Rob says, Webbed Up would be nice if it wasn't for cost. Yeah, I think, man. So like, the problem is for me, Webbed Up is fair for costs. I think that 3 costs is too good for Webbed Up. Yeah, like it's tough because if you look at something like Frozen Solid from Iceman, it's a 3 cost upgrade that can block out any activation, a scheme, or an attack. I think that's better than Webbed Up. Webbed Up can block out 2 attack activations, right? Because next time they attack, they're Webbed Up. Next time, and then they get a stun status, right? So then they actually, let me go over Webbed Up for everyone that's not familiar with it. It's a 4 cost upgrade here for Spider-Man, and you can only play in hero form. It says hero form only. You can attach this to any enemy, including a minion. And as a force interrupt after that enemy attacks, so let's say the villain attacks you and they're Webbed Up, you cancel the attack, so they never attack you. So since they never actually initiate an attack, you also cannot trigger Spider Sense with that. But you cancel the attack, you just card Webbed Up, and you give them a stun status, right? I think for me, when that stun status also triggers, because the villain is like not star or steady, Webbed Up can actually be crazy value. But in the situations where the villain is stalwart, Webbed Up blocking 1 activation for 4 costs is too high. Even though, you know, Frozen Solid blocks an activation for 3 costs, it's cheaper. It's 3 costs, and you get a Frostbite on them as well, right? So let me see here. Alexi says, who's voting Webbed Up in D tier? It can cancel 2 activations. Let me see the poll here. Man, the poll is all tied right now, guys. We have 18% of the poll voting for A tier, and in 27 all across for B tier, C tier, and D tier. So it's tied up right now. I need some tiebreakers right now. So you guys, 27% of the voters voted for B, C, and D. Alexi says, yeah, he has a cry face there. Who voted for Webbed Up in the D tier? Rob says, I voted C. VBW Dream, welcome to the chat, Dream. He says, Webbed Up is too prohibitively expensive. Yeah, it is expensive, but I think at the same time, it's worth its cost, though, right? Rob says, because I use a lot of allies, it just feels so expensive. Yeah, definitely if you're like able to just chump block the ally and the villain's activation does not have anything tied with it, it's too expensive, right? But if you're facing like, let's say Ultron, and you give Ultron a webbed up, that cancels out not just 2 attack activations, it cancels out 2 potential drone minions as well, right? Like if you're like able to cancel out like a Venom Golem activation where he's triggered out Claim the Throne, you just get more value, right? So like villains that have something tied into their activation, like a separate effect, webbed up is a lot better. And villains that just activate and don't have anything special with it, webbed up is going to be a little bit worse. Let me see, because the usual odds is expensive. Yeah, and then Iron Star Curtis says expensive, not as good against Steady Star. Agreed with that. Lose out on Spiral Sense is better than aspect cards because you can cancel an activation without a stun. B for me. Yeah, I can kind of see that as well. Where's the poll at? So it's been 3 minutes for the poll, but this is kind of the most divided poll you guys have here. So A tier, not a lot of people are for that, but the B and C right now are tied at 31%, and D tier is lagging a little behind at 23%. So I'm interested to see where you guys end up putting webbed up. Let me see. Dream says webbed up, in my opinion, is Spy's worst card. It's definitely debatable between Spy Tracers and webbed up. Monk says if it stays tied, could we try again for BCD? Yeah, I think I might actually do BC since there are since it's tied up for B and C only, right? Because D is a little bit behind. But if D comes up, then I could definitely do the poll for all 3 options. Alexi says it's expensive, but I at least put in C. It can save you in a pinch. Yeah. So like once again, it's those limited carpool plays. Like whenever I play games with only the core set for like new players to like kind of play with the core set, webbed up is invaluable. Like it's a card that I'm always looking to play because it's better than a lot of those pre-con cards like in the pre-con deck for Spider-Man, right? So like I much rather play webbed up than like I don't know. Sometimes even that Daredevil ally, right? I much rather play webbed up than like I don't know. Interrogation Room. That card I'm not a big fan of. It can be good, but I mean I think it's I think Web does better than that card. Narianer says Sonic Rifles destroys webbed up. Sonic Rifle, yeah, Justice aspect card, upgrade, 3 cost Justice upgrade, and it comes with 2 counters. You can exhaust it, remove a counter, but only as a hero action to confuse any enemy. Uh, I I think that I agree Sonic Rifle is better than webbed up. I wouldn't say it destroys webbed up personally because webbed up can work against steady stalwart, and Sonic Rifle against even steady I think is not as good as webbed up, right? Because you have to use it 2 separate turns to get like both confused off, or have to have a separate source confused like Professor X and one Sonic Rifle use there, right? So I think that Sonic Rifle is a better card, but then there are a lot of times that webbed up is better. What is the poll here, guys? Okay, it's tied up still. So it's been 5 minutes for the poll. B tier and C tier are both tied up at 29%. So I'm gonna have another poll. I'm gonna end this poll. I'm actually, guys, B tier or C tier. Where do you want to rank webbed up? So let me see. Start a poll. We'll do where does chat want to rank webbed up? And we have B tier, C tier. We'll see where you guys have this. Yeah, because the poll was tied up and we had a few votes for A, a few votes for D. So I think if those people that vote for A and D vote here, it should give us a more accurate thing here for where web should be. Okay, let me see. Where am I with chat? Okay, so Nico says it doesn't help you deal with stuff on the board immediately. And since it is that expensive, you're probably playing 0 to 1 more cards that turn. Yeah, if you don't play the webbed up for sure, unless you are super set up. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, unless you don't have like, usually I'm almost always using Spider or the web shooters to pay for webbed up. If I'm not set up, I mean, like if I don't have my economy cards like Queen Carrier Mansion, webbed up is almost never played, right? I definitely want to have like a Mansion, Heli Carrier, stuff like that on the table before I play webbed up because then I can't play anything else on the turn. So very good point there. Rob agrees with Dream, who says webbed up is Spider-Man's worst card. So I guess for Rob, those are the 3 worst cards for Spider-Man. Spire Tracer, webbed up, and Aunt May. And then Nara says, I'll agree with webbed up, bottom of C. Oh, yeah, I need to ask you guys where you want webbed up after that. Barty Munn says, it's a card that I fall back on since I'm constantly fighting Rhino in the core box. Gives me a second to breathe when he's going crazy. Yeah, I mean, I think that, especially if you're doing a pre-con deck, I've definitely used webbed up against Rhino, and like it's been very, very clutch, especially when a Rhino has the overkill card. And you don't have a backflip, right? Rhino can actually swing harder than a lot of villains in the game. Even though he is like an easier villain, he punches hard, which is very thematic to Rhino. Barry Munt says, add Nar Antlers is Sonic Rifle in the core set. No, Sonic Rifle comes in Venom's Precon deck. I believe it also got reprinted in Shuri's precon deck. So if you guys looking for a Sonic Rifle, it can be in the Justice precon for Venom and also the Justice precon for Shuri. And Shuri is, obviously still in stock. I'm not sure if Venom is out of print. I don't think he is. Haven't heard that, but he might be. Rob says it's not Barty Monk and Shuri. Yeah. So in Shuri's hero pack. Narayan says, hey Bark, it's in Venom's hero pack and another pack. Yeah, Venom and Shuri. Shout out to chat for providing the answers for that. Okay, so where chat went to rank webbed up? You guys voted for C tier, 58% C tier. So I'm gonna put webbed up here in the C tier. I think that's a fair spot for it. Now I need to ask you guys, and Pool, where do we want it in the C tier? So this is the controversial question here. Which card is better? Spider Tracers or webbed up? Oof, this is a tough one. These are, I think, arguably the worst two cards for Spider-Man. I think most people would agree with that. But now, which one is the worst one, or which one's better is the poll that I have here. And then based on that, I'm gonna move Spikers down or keep webbed up right here, based on whatever you guys say. So, Spider-Man's worst card. Monk says, "Thanks, Rob. Thanks. I bought the core set and Venom at the same time, so I misremember that. Okay, yeah, that makes sense." Rob says, I play Spy Tracer more than webbed up, so Spy Tracer is better. I'll play start. Yeah, I definitely see that. Sorry, guys. I'm taking a bathroom break right now really quick. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. All right, guys, we're back. Sorry about that again. Okay. Let's see where you guys are voting right now. It's very close. We have 45% of the votes on Spy Tracers and 55% on webbed up. Oof. Okay. Yeah, I don't. What do I think? Man, it's so close. I think that they're both situational. So I think the C tier is a very, very good spot for both Spy Tracers and the webbed up. Like, there's villains that webbed up are better against, and there's villains that Spy Tracers are better against. Like, they're pretty close for me. Man, I think I would probably personally put Spider Tracer as a little bit better. Yeah, I think I would say Spider Tracer is better just because of the anti synergy with webbed up and Spider Sense, right? Spider-Man's hero ability, where he can draw a card whenever the villain initiates an attack on him. And a webbed up will cancel 2 of those draws in true solo. And in multiplayer, it's really good if you can cancel out other people's attacks. But even in a two-handed game, or two identities, if Spider-Man plays a webbed up and he's in hero form, I mean, he'll take one of those stuns or the webbed up cancellation. So pretty, very close here. The vote is tied now, 50% for both votes. Man, we need a tiebreaker. Let's see here. Rob says, I play Spy Tracer more than webbed up, so Spy Tracer is better. Definitely see that. Newbie at Bartamont. I'm new, started last October. Got the core set. Yeah. Rob loves Deadpool. He's got the core set Deadpool, Wasp, X-23, Magneto, Shuri, and Vision. Nar Antler says, no, no, no. What is he saying? What are you saying no to, Nar? To the Spy Tracer being better? Dream says Spy Tracers are better, but not by much. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I think that they're a little bit better for me, but not by much. Barting Munt says, I like this format because this game has been a very solo experience for me. I play low minion bruiser scenario, so it's cool to see other perspectives. Minions bug me. I like one-to-one boss fights. Yeah, I could definitely see the appeal of that. I think when I first started playing, I very enjoyed the one-to-one boss fight. But minions have slowly over time become my favorite like encounter card type. I do like stuff that works around minions a lot more nowadays. Narander says, webbed up is the bottom of C. My vote counts twice. Is the bottom of C. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean it's tied right now. Sorry, no, I can't give you a double count on that vote. Man, it's completely tied up, guys. Can we get one tiebreaker? Oh man, I'm gonna let the poll run a little bit. It's been 3 minutes for the poll. But yeah, I want to ask you guys again if you guys have any ideas what you would prefer for like how I can make these streams like a little bit better for you guys, or just like more fun for y'all. Like in terms of like the timing, like how is the time again for people that are joining the chat now? Do you guys like this time for streams? Do you prefer it a little bit later, or do you prefer the streams to be in the evening, or do you prefer like weekends, right? And then, like Rob mentioned earlier, that I should maybe try one stream in the evening, one in the morning, keep on like rotating. I think I definitely want to try an evening one and see how you guys like that. And also, like, how is this format here? Do you guys like ranking the cards of a hero, or do you prefer like other tier lists, like ranking like a card type or something like that instead of just the cards for like each individual hero? Like, if you guys like a ranked tier list for Spider-Man, for like Captain Marvel, or if you guys want something else. Man, I thought after I said all that, the poll would change here. It's still tied up, guys. 50% each. I don't know how I can break this. So I think if the poll stays here for one more minute, I'm probably going to just leave the way that it is. So I'll just come in and because I personally think the specialists are a little better. So I'll just leave this the way it is if it stays the same for 1 minute. Monk says, I've got a year into the game, bought the pack the week before Nightcrawler dropped. Okay. Yeah, yeah, you're pretty new. What more for now? This is a good time if I move my lunch break. Oh man. Yeah, you joined in a little bit late this time. Got it. So maybe even I don't know, but Rob was gonna do it a little bit earlier too. So we'll see. Rob says maybe community poll on which hero to do next for this type of stream. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that. Yeah, I think I might have either a community poll or actually guys on a live stream, or I might have a members poll because I was supposed to do this members series for like the members poll stuff, and I actually have the video recorded, but I've been super lazy about editing it. So that's gonna be like for the next best way to play X Hero. So I need to really edit that. It's been I think over a month since I recorded that one. I'm just super behind on editing that. Lexi says I tried changing my vote, but it won't let me. Really? Okay, to break the tie. Curtis says you're a tiebreaker. Alexis, which one did you want to change it to? And do you actually feel that way or just to break the tie? Curtis says you're in a tiebreaker. Yeah, I think I'll probably be a tiebreaker for this, but let's see what happens. Monk says if it's a tie, let War Fanatic be the tiebreaker. Thank you guys, appreciate it. Narrator says evenings and weekends for me. Probably best to mix it up to hit all the time zones and schedules. I like the ring debate. I'm 100% down for you and Stretch to be collab again. Yeah, definitely want to do another collab soon with Stretch. I see that he's doing the Ronin hero games, which I'm very excited to see about. Alyssa says I have voted B and was going to vote C as I've been convinced. I do play Spy Chasers more often. Okay, yeah, I think since Alexi want to change his vote, and since I personally think Spy Chasers are better, I'm going to end the poll here, and we're just going to leave Spy Chasers as in front of the web shooters here. All right. So you guys, that was a long one. You guys put the web shooters right here in the C tier. I definitely agree with that. I'm not going to skip my turn to move it up. I think that we've had some very valid points from the chat about why webbed up. Did I say web shooters? Sorry, guys. About why webbed up belongs, in the bottom of C tier and is Spider-Man's worst card. You guys made a lot of valid points. You guys made some points of how it can be very good, which I do agree with. But at the same time, it is for Spider-Man his worst card, and it is going to be a situational card because of the anti-synergy with its durability and because of its cost. All right, so I'll get to rank a card here, and you guys will rank the last card. Oof. Okay. Let me think here. These are both very tough cards to rank. So we only have the Enhanced Spire Sense and the Swing Web Kick left. Both events. These are the two of the only three events in Spider-Man's kits here. Dream says if Webbed Up wasn't part of the kit, it definitely wouldn't be in the deck. Yeah, I think I would agree with that. I think I would agree with that. Even though I do think that it's worked out a lot for me and it saved me a couple of times, I don't think it's a card that I would put in the deck if I didn't have to, right? Man, okay, who do I... Okay, I think I'm going to rank... You know what? I'm just going to randomly pick. Let's just do Enhanced Power Sense here. So, Enhanced Power Sense, it's a one-cost event. It's a hero interrupt. You're only using hero form. It is a superpower. But whenever a treachery is reviewed, you can play the Enhanced Power Sense and cancel the one reviewed abilities. There are better cards like Strange. He has like the exact same event, one cost, everything else is the same, except you can cancel the entire effects of a treachery. So the one reviewed effects of a treachery does not include stuff like a surge, right? Because surge is usually not a part of the one reviewed effects. If surge is a part of it, then it cancels that surge, right? But a lot of times it isn't. Like Under Fire has surge as a keyword, and it has another one reviewed effect, right? So sometimes enhanced powers it's not that good. But being able to cancel a treachery for me gets the most value when the villain gets like an activation, like an attack or a scheme, like an advance or an assault, right? So I think at minimum it goes into B tier. It's better than aspect cards. Is it amazing? Oh man, I think I think it's not amazing. I think I'm gonna put it here in the B tier. It's definitely better than aspect cards. And it provides a very, very powerful ability to where if you're in hero form and you know for sure you would die to like an extra activation, like an attack or a scheme, you can take that risk and stay up in hero form. And like for example, if you have like a crisis icon in play, you can actually kill the minion first so it doesn't kill you, and leave the crisis icon in play and leave the threat on the main scheme because you know you can cancel in advance with enhanced process, right? That's like an invaluable situation. I've often talked about this. Being able to cancel encounter cards is one of the most powerful effects in Marvel Champions. However, this is one of the it's not the worst cancel, but it's one of the lower tier cancels in the game, right? Like the highest level of cancel you can get is like with an upgrade that stays in play and that can cancel the entire effects of any card, right? So like that's like the best you can get. This is like a lower tier level cancel. So like the ability to cancel is just immense. So I do think it is a solid card. It's better than aspect cards, but the fact that it's one of the lower tier cancels, I think I put it here behind Black Cat in the B tier. What do you guys think about that? And so let me have a poll here, and I'm gonna ask: do you want to move the enhanced spider sense? Do you want to move the ranking for enhanced spider sense? And let's see what you guys say about that. So we'll do A tier if you guys want to move it up, B tier if you guys want to keep it the same, or C tier if you guys want to move it down one. Okay, so I use my turn to rank enhanced spider sense, and I'm gonna see what chat wants to do. That you guys want to move my my rank up or down. Okay, let's see. Dream says enhanced power sense. Yeah, I mean it's my turn, but yeah, that's the card that I'm gonna rank. Next, Alexi says I think it's one of these stronger cancel cards, as a lot of other ones get you to redraw another encounter card and you might still lose. That's true. You know, I think those are so low tier for me that I almost don't even consider them like encounter card cancels. Right? If you like have to refresh an encounter card cancel with another encounter card, like to me that's I don't like that at all. Right? I like one of the few exceptions is like the Black Widow ally in protection, right? I think that she is very cool because she cancels the entire effects of any card. So usually you want to use it on a surge card, right? If you get like a fanaticism, she can cancel the fanaticism and then cancel the surge and just give you another encounter card on top, right? So like in that situation, she's better than like enhanced fire sense. But you're right that a lot of cards like Spycraft as well, for example, which I do think is a very good card. I think that because it gives you another card, that's kind of annoying. But at the same time, the Spycraft and Black Widow, they're on demand, they're on the table, right? Black Widow, that protection ally, it's on the table. You have your the Spycraft is also on the table. So I definitely see what Alexis is saying here. I don't think I thought about that as much for the enhanced power sense. But I think because I save those cards mostly for surge situations, I do get a lot of value from them. But definitely just being able to cancel an advance and like wipe your hands clean, like you're not gonna get another assault or another advance on top of that. Feels nice, right? I've definitely spy crowd an advance into another advance, so like that doesn't feel good at all. Because you lose the upgrade that you pay for anyways on top of that. So yeah, I maybe spy tracer, maybe I'm underestimating. Maybe this is more of like a mid tier cancel, and they're like lower tier cancels and they're like higher tier cancels. But maybe enhanced process is like more of a mid tier. I think you convinced me on that, Alexis or Alexi. I mean, sorry. Um, let's see. Dream says enhanced process is another complete situational kit card, but it's the best of the situational cards. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if it's not a treachery, like this card, you know, it just goes straight in the situational tier. However, I think that it's still better, like a lot better than aspect cards, right? I think that it's a card that if it was an aspect card, I could see myself putting this card into a lot of different decks, which is why it goes there for me. Rob says B tier for me. I hate it when I don't draw into it at the end of my turn. Yeah, that's what I mean. Rob was saying earlier about how he hates events during the villain phase other than backflip. Totally agree, right? Because if you draw the enhanced power sense during the player phase, and then you don't have a card to cancel, right? So you have it in your hand. Like let's say for example you drew with the vegetation, right? Well, now I don't want to use it as a resource if I'm wanting to play it in the villain phase. So now I just drew this card that's not a resource. That's a save for next turn. So like sometimes it's kind of like the vegetation drew into a brick, and like I really desperately want to play the enhanced power sense and save it. So now the dimension did nothing, right? So like that's the annoying thing with like events during the villain phase. So I could definitely see that. And he says, yeah, drawing two with the mansion or Nick Fury. Yeah, yeah, totally agree with Rob with that. Menom says, hey, welcome to the chat, Menom. I thought this was in a couple days. Sorry, dude. I wanted to, yeah, because you're here for our first live stream. I wanted to try and make a stand for Webbed Up as being good. Actually, oh, okay. I'm like happy to hear your thoughts here on Webbed Up though. So definitely let us know down in the chat. But I think a lot of the chat made a good case for Webbed Up though. And I think, I mean, could definitely see what it being good. I still just think that it belongs to C tier, but I am more than happy to hear your thoughts on that. Alexi says, super fair point that the other ones are on demand. Yeah, the on demand is nice, like the upgrade ally. They each have pros and cons. Okay, let me see where the poll. Yeah, so I think the poll is pretty one side here. 67% of you guys want to just keep enhanced viruses where it is in the B tier, just exactly the same. So yeah, I think I'll just leave it there. I think since more people voted for Black Cat to be higher, like almost an A tier, I'm gonna just leave enhanced viruses and Black Cat in the order they are in. But if you guys disagree, let me know down in the chat and I'll make a poll. But I don't think it's needed. I think most of you guys agree with this order here. All right, so chat's gonna get the last turn. Where you guys want to rank the swing web kick, guys? So let me start a poll, and then where do you want to rank swinging web kick? If you guys don't know what swing web kick does, it is the classic attack event. 3 cost attack event for Spider-Man. It's a hero action. Does 8 damage to enemy. So just strictly, you know, regular value there. No other effects. Super duper simple. Where you guys want to rank this card here for the last card for this tier list debate? Let me catch up on chat. Narendra says it's strong because it's cheap. It's pretty much an advanced specific cancel. Yeah, it can. Yeah, that's like the best use of it. Cancel in advance for sure. Narendra says imagine his versus on Jocasta. Oh, that's super interesting. No, wait, Jocasta only grabs defense events. I just forgot for a second. I was like, wait a minute, how come I never done? Because I just realized I never done enhanced process with Jocasta, but the protection ally Jocasta only grabs defense events. Yeah. But yeah, that'd be cool if there's like a card like Jocasta. I'm trying to imagine it that can grab enhanced process, like grab any event, tuck it there, and you could play it as if it's in your hand. That would be a crazy cool ally. Maybe a leadership ally could do something like that. Kurt says, when you do your hero grading, you have a category specific to cancels and knock them if they don't. So I think cancels are an A. Yeah, the thing is, that's a super fair point. I think the cancels are so valuable, but I think that because this one is in the form of an event, it drops down a little bit, right? So like a lot of times the way I'm playing Spider-Man, especially in like clutch situations against like tough scenarios like Ronin, for example, I'm saving onto the enhanced fire sense several turns like, in a row, and I still have to come and do other stuff because of like the way that I built out, right? So like in that situation, it still feels kind of bad because I'm holding on to it as like a backup option, but I'm just like I literally hold on to my hand like 5 rounds in a row, right? So like I think that's where I have in a B tier. But honestly, I'm not mad. If you guys put it in an A tier, I would have. I think that's a totally valid point for where this card should go. But yeah, chat voted for the B tier. But I definitely agree. Like the cancel is so good. It's just the fact this isn't a top tier cancel. Yeah, I think that's what holds it back a little bit. I wish it just canceled the entire effects of any treachery. That like Strange's ability for Strange's cancel, like the protective ward. That'd be a lot better. A lot better. Dream says, sorry, the chat just moved. Okay, Dream says solid B tier card for the enhanced process. Yeah, I think that's where I have it too, and the chat agrees. Aparcita says, can Death Focus be used for this? Death Focus, no. Death Focus cannot be used for the enhanced process. No, it can't. Oh, wait. Okay, there's a super niche. Okay, so most of the time, I'll say 99% of the time, Death Focus cannot be used for the enhanced process because Death Focus is a hero action where you have to you exhaust it during the player phase because it's a hero action, and you can reduce the cost of the next superpower that you play, you know, this phase by 1. So enhanced process is usually used during the villain phase to cancel a treachery. However, if you're like facing Magneto, for example, and let's say Magneto, you clear off like I don't know, the C's, right? And then Magneto activates against you. Well, and he gets 3 mana counters. There's chances for him to trigger a treachery during the player phase, right? A couple other villains have ways to do that, where they resolve their own treachery from their encounter deck during the player phase. So, like, if you're anticipating that, you can actually exhaust Death Focus, right? So you exhaust during your player phase, right? So you reduce the cost of next superpower that you play this phase by 1. Then let's say like I don't know, you thwart off your basic activation, you thwart off the Magnetic Mayhem, Magneto's card. That puts a bunch of mana cards on the main scheme, and then that triggers Magneto's main scheme to discard from counter until you get a magnetic card and reveal it. And let's say you get a magnetic card that's like I don't know, Electromagnetic Blast, a Treachery, for example, with the one revealed effect. Then you can actually play the enhanced power sense for free. Now I can't say I've ever actually done that. I don't think I've ever actually played the enhanced power sense during the player phase. but technically it is possible. But very, very niche situation. I that'd be very, very cool to try to like force that, in play, like during the play phase. But yeah, I mean, I guess it could technically do it because it is a superpower. But I don't think that's a situation that you're gonna see very often. So I wouldn't count on it, but it can be used. Lexi says, he's answering Parcetus. Sadly, not as death focus is a hero action. Yeah, so most of the time, death focus, because it's a hero action, can only be done during your turn. But if you have an encounter card that you want to cancel, during your turn, then that you can't do that. Dang, guys, my throat is reaching its limit right here. It's like all like swelled up right now. I didn't expect the stream to be. I should have expected the stream to be a lot of talking. Aparcia says, B tier it is. Yeah, because it can't be used. Because death focus can't be used for most of the time. Menom says, I won more games as Spider-Man thanks to Webda than I have with Spire Tracer. It at least deserves to be in a B tier. Yeah, it's crazy. Like whenever Webbed Up, so it's like I remember I asked you for your case for why Webbed Up is better. I think that for me, Spire Tracer has helped me win more games than Webbed Up. So I don't necessarily like have the same experience as you for that. But I think that the times that Webbed Up has popped off has like saved my life. And there are times where I'm desperately chasing to find the Webbed Up, especially in like a game against Ultron where I only have like 4-set cards. This card is so good to prevent those drone minions from coming out in case there's 2 activations and 2 drone minions, right? So I totally agree that I think Webbed Up, it like I would not be mad if you guys put in a B tier here. But yeah, I mean it's a very, I think it's an underrated card. To be honest, I think Spreadshot and Webbed Up are both underrated cards. Like a lot of the community trashes on them, says they're like D tier level cards, like never used. Like if you guys watch like a lot of my Venom Goblin games, these cards are like pivotal cards that have like saved me. Even Webbed Up against Venom Goblin, because Venom Goblin triggers Claim Throne, he does a bunch of other stuff after he activates, right? So even if you're playing expert Venom Goblin, I played a Webbed Up. He gets rid of the attack activation or whatever, right? So we just card Webbed Up, put a stun on him, even though he's steady on that stage 2. And I played another Webbed Up on him. So then the 2 Webbed Ups together cancels, 2 attack activations, and also can double stun him for the steady as well, right? Because Webbed Up has priority over the stun. So like that's been like crazy, crazy good. And I've definitely done it before. So yeah, I could definitely see the case for Webbed Up being good, and I think it definitely is underrated. Okay, let me check the poll here, and I'll catch up here on chat. So okay, I mean it is very wow. Okay, I am shocked, guys. For Swing Web Kick, 29% of the vote of you guys voted for it to be S tier. Crazy. I personally would not consider it to be S tier. 57% of the vote voted Swing Web Kick to be in A tier. B tier and C tier both have 7% of the votes. So I am shocked, guys. You guys probably rate Swing Web Kick harder than I do, actually. So I'm gonna put it here in the B tier, and I'll have one more poll. Yeah, I mean the A tier dominated here with like or S tier, right? I think like what is that math? 86% of votes voted for Swing Web Kick to be either in the S tier or A tier. Pretty crazy, guys. I did not think you guys thought that was that good of a card. It definitely is a very good card. Like don't get me wrong. It's still, one of the most efficient attack events in the entire game. And yeah, I mean, that's what gives Spider-Man his damage. Even if you build like a Justice deck and put no attack events in it, he has enough damage because of his economy with the Swing Web Kick. So it's definitely a super duper solid card for sure. But I'm surprised that it got right now it's 80% of the votes is S or A. So crazy, crazy. Okay. So that poll was very one-sided there. Let me have one more poll here for you guys. For this tier list at least. So where does Swinging Web Kick go in the A tier? I'm gonna go in front of the web shooters or behind web shooters, and then this will solidify the tier list. Except I still have a chance to move the Swing Web Kick up or down one. So we'll see where you guys vote on that. Okay. Oh darn! I think I fell behind here in chat. Sorry guys. Okay, let me drink some more water. Okay. Okay, what is going on here? Nar Antler says, yeah, I like to imagine if you could make enhanced process on demand, yeah, that'd be very good. Rob says, Swing Web Kick is A tier for me. Nice damage for cost. Yeah. Alexi says, just solid burst damage to close out the game. Yeah, totally agree. Like the percentage close of game is very underrated. So maybe you guys are on something. I think that is very underrated. Dream says, swinging web kick is definitely A tier. Spidey's main offense. Yeah. Alexis says, oh, by the way, I built your protection Spider-Man deck. I'm guessing with the Ready for Fights to give it a go as I haven't played Spider in like two years. What the heck? You gotta play him at least once a week. What is going on? He's the core set hero. He's Marvel Champions. That's crazy. 2 years. Wow. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that. That's like one of my favorite ways to play Spider-Man. Taking a lot of damage, doing all that. Super fun. Rob says, in my opinion, Spider-Man is best in protection, ready for a fight. Yeah, I totally agree. If you can mitigate the need for threat management with good allies. Yeah, totally agree. Minimum says, as for swing web kick, it's the straight up damage card. Everything else is measured against it, and a lot of times it falls short. Yeah, totally agree. It only misses out at S tier because three is still decent cost. Yeah, the thing is, 3 is not that bad for Spider-Man, so like that's a cool thing. But then like it's definitely like way better than aspect cards. So like at minimum, it has to go here because like there's no aspect cards that hit the curve with like 3 for 8 damage, right? You have like dive bomb, but like even dive bomb with hold technique is still 4 for 11. And like you can blow up minions, right? But you have no minions on a table. 4 for 11 is arguable against 3 for 8, right? So it's tough for or yeah, 4 for 11. Um, let me see where are we on chat, guys. Miss on it only misses out on S because 3. Yeah, but it's still kind of expensive. 3 is a decent cost. Nico says depth focus says end of turn, not phase. Okay, yeah, I it's weird. I think there's a little bit of inconsistency with how Marvel Champions cards are worded. Let me know down in down in chat, guys, 'cause I'm not sure. Is the end of a turn your phase or the round? Because some cards will say like once per round, or to the end of the round, you have like this like constant effect. Some cards say until the end of phase, and then some cards say until the end of turn. So I know that phase and turn like it's official, right? The phase is like the player phase and then the encounter phase, or the villain phase, I mean. And then the round is like both the player phase and the villain phase, right? So when the villain phase ends, that's one whole round. I'm not sure about end of turn for that. But either way, Death Focus can be used during to play enhanced power sets if it happens during your player phase at least. Prooflock, welcome to the chat, man. Since others are added to the WebDev case, I want to ask this: 50% ranked WebDev as A or B. Okay, how many people ranked Spy Tracer as A or B? My guess is 0. 50% of people ranked WebDev as A or B. Ooh, I gotta scroll up here. Okay, let me scroll up. I hope I don't lose track of the chat. But these polls here. Okay, so yeah, we have 50% people ranking WebDub. Oh, I'm kind of shocked. 50% of the people ranked WebDub as the B or A tier. That's crazy. And then 50% ranked C or D, and then C ended up winning. That's pretty crazy. That's a very interesting point that you make there. Where are the Spark Tracer? I'm like scrolling up here on the chat to see the Spark Tracer poll. Sorry guys, I am coming down with something. I don't see the poll for Spark Tracers, guys. When do we rank that card? If you guys know, let me know down in the chat how you guys vote on Spark Chasers. Web shooters here. Aunt May. Backflip. Oh, okay. Here we go. How strong are Spark Chasers? We have 88% of votes for C tier, 13% for D tier, no votes for B tier. Okay, that's okay. Wow. Okay, yeah. You make a very good point there. Okay, sorry guys. I have no clue where I'm at in the chat now. I'm scrolling back down. Yeah, you're totally right, Prooflock. Yeah, 0% people voted Spark Chasers for A tier or B tier, and a lot of people voted for WebDut to be higher, but most people voted WebDut to be behind Spark Chaser, which is like crazy. Well, I guess the poll was actually tied, so I guess maybe WebDut should have been higher, but yeah, I'm not sure about that one. That's a little bit that's a little bit weird there. Nico says so you can end the hero phase with that focus, so you can play free enhanced process in the villain phase. I'm not sure you can do that, Nico, because I'm not sure if the turn includes the round. But yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you guys know if turn actually means a round, then you could do that. But if the turn only means the player phase, then you can't. What Fanatic's Spider-Man protection deck is awesome. I built it and it goes hard. Yeah, man, awesome. I'm very glad you enjoyed it. I love that deck a lot. Super fun. Parcia says good point. Nico says never mind. I confused turn with round. Okay, got it. So I guess turn must mean phase then. Nora Angler says there's a reason Spider-Man gets 3 swing clicks and Donald only gets 1. Is that her? Was that her attack event? LBAL. Luck Be a Lady. Okay, yeah, I got it. Nara Analyst always talks about Luck Be a Lady because Swing Kick is not S. And Luck Be a Lady is? Okay. I mean, Rugby Lady is very good. I know that U value is S. It's definitely a very good card, and when it pops off, it's S. I'll say that for sure. I think that you are able to use it at a more consistent clip than I am, because times where I draw it, I don't like absolutely play it, but I know that you always play that card. Narrator says, swing web kick B tier all day long. I voted, or Dream says, I voted behind only because I'll play web shooters before swing web kick. Yeah, it depends. Like swing web kick is like for a situation whenever you need to take out a minion or do damage to the villain, right? Web shooters are always useful if you have like nothing else to play, or if you just want to get set up for a future turn. Rob says, I put swing web kick behind web shooters. I play web shooters early game and swing web kick late game. Yeah, I mean, I kind of do the same. I also play web shooters late game as well, but it's definitely not as clutch as swing web kick for late game. Rob says, LOL, same thought, Dream. Monk says, Spider-Man is the Marvel champ. That's what I'm saying. Come on, Alexi. You got to play more Marvel champ, or you got to play more Marvel champions, which is Spider-Man. Alexi says, sorry, I'm usually too busy playing Ironheart. Sure, yeah, those are some really fun heroes. I know you love Shuri. The top 5 here for you. Sorry, guys, I'm dying here. Rob says, I play Deadpool in X23 the most. Once per round includes the villain phase. Oh, yeah, it does. I thought a round is made up of 2 phases, and that player phase is made up of 1, 2, 4 turns. Got it. So you're saying that turns is like the whole entire, no, it's like just your turn. So it's less than a player phase. That makes sense. Right? So that means that if you're playing Death Focus, it's someone's turn whenever you exhaust it, right? So like, let's say if I exhaust Death Focus during my turn, when my turn ends, I cannot play superpower for a reduced cost, right? I have to exhaust it during my friend's turn as a call for action. If I want to play like a what's a well, Spider doesn't have any superpowers, right, to play in the player phase most of the time. So like I don't know, yeah, whatever superpower that you have, it's only during your turn then, yeah, not during the player phase. I think that's a correct interpretation of what turn phase is in Marvel Champions. Thanks for that, Monk. Rob says, I think phase and turn are similar, as a phase is a part of the turn. Round is once for everyone, including the villain that's taken their turn. Yeah. Phase and turn are similar. I think that Monk explained that the phase is like the entire player phase, so like all the players, and then turn is just your turn. So you're playing True Soul, they're the exact same thing. If you play in like 2-player, there's 2 turns in 1 phase, right? 1 player phase. Nico says, I would say swing web kick is above. What is WS? Webbed up. I would say swing web kick is above webbed up, since there is no other card that does 8+ damage for 3 costs without some kicker. True. If swing web kick came out today, I think it would be less powerful. Are you saying that it should be dropped down, like maybe to like the B tier or C tier? And Among says, yeah, while not official, I thought a turn was until the person passes to the next player. I'm pretty sure that is official, actually. I'm pretty sure that you got that right. I think I read something about that in the rule book, but I don't have it here with me. All right, guys, this poll was 9 minutes. Sorry, it took me so long to catch up with chat there. Where does swing web kick go in the A tier? You guys voted 53% behind web shooters and 47% in front web shooters. So very, very close poll there. So we have the swing web kick right here. And then, okay, so that is chat's final turn. I'm gonna end the poll. So, I mean, for me, so now it's back to my turn, and I have one last chance to move the swing web kick above the web shooter. They're so hard to compare, right? Because one's an upgrade, one's an event. I think that it's so tough, super duper tough. I think I mean, I have no more turn, but I'm gonna skip the last turn, guys, because I get the final vote here. So I apologize for changing y'all's vote. I'm gonna put swing web kick above the web shooter here. I think that swing web kick is, it's that super solid, attack event. And I think the reason why I have it above is for if Spider-Man did not have the swing web kick, I feel like that he would drop a tier. Like he would not be S tier here without the swing web kicks. I think that if you take the web shooters out of Spider-Man's kit, he's still an S tier hero. The web shooters are great for him, but they're not a card that I play every single game I play as Spider-Man, right? I play games with Spider-Man where I'm never playing the web shooters the entire game just because it never lined up the correct way, right? So I just have like Quinn Carrier, Ingenuity, Mansion, all that stuff, and then the web shooters never come in. But I don't think I've ever played a game. Actually, you know what? That's not true. I have, but I usually always play the swing web kick whenever I'm playing a game of Spider-Man. The only time that I haven't is whenever I did like an alter ego build only, where I never flipped into hero form. So then I can't play the web shooters because they're a hero action. But in that game as well, the web shooters are also useless because they're a hero resource only, right? So I can't use that in hero form. So for that logic, I would put the swing web kick above the web shooters because this gives Spider-Man the foundation for damage. Because without this card, he would struggle with minions, right? He cannot deal with minions and doesn't have the burst damage, right? If this was instead like a, let's say, a 2 for 5 attack event, which is still like above curve, like a lot of heroes have that like 2 for 5. That's very good, but I think the 3 for 8 solidifies Spider-Man's kit, and a 2 for 5 doesn't do it for him, right? He just doesn't have the burst damage if he has a 2 for 5, especially with bigger minions. He'll probably be able to deal with minions a little bit easier, I guess, with a 2 for 5, but like this still is very good for that. So that's the reason why I will put it above the web shooters here. So I'm gonna set my turn to move that. Rob says Nico meant web shooters is W. Sorry guys, my mind is like not here right now. Because yeah, I just am like kind of feeling it in terms of my like an illness or something. But yeah, okay. WS is web shooters, not webbed up. Sorry, Nico, for messing that up. Thank you, Rob, for clarifying that. So let me read the comment again. I would say swing web kick is above the web shooters. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot more sense with the context that Rob gave me. Yeah. Yeah. Because there's no other card that does 8 for 3 cost without some kicker. And then, yeah, if it came out today, it would be less powerful. Yeah. Monk says Cyclops' field commander mentions turns. You take your turn before the first player token. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying that with how turns and the phases and rounds work. Nariano says 3 swing web kick for 24 damage for 9 costs. Yeah, that is very, very nice. That's insane, right? If it was like a 2 for 5 attack event, paying 6 costs for 15 damage is not as good as 9 for 24. That's crazy. Fair move since it's the card. They're still trying to balance around and nerf. Yeah, for swing web kick. Nariano says 2 times good workout. 1 times lucky lady is 18 for 5 damage. Yeah, guys. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna start a poll here though. I need to go blow my nose real quick. Let me start a poll here for you guys though. How do you feel about this time for streams? Let me see. Do you like streaming at this time? And now I'm be right back, guys. This is probably my last break. Sorry, guys. I need to take a little break. Blow my nose. All right, guys. We are back. Sorry about that, guys. Do you like streaming this time? Oh, 78% of you guys like this time. Okay, cool. I'm probably gonna still do the evening time just because I promised to do that. But good to know that a lot of you guys like this time. So I'll probably be doing this time more often. But I asked again, and I'll have another poll during the evening time to see if you guys like that. Rob says, let's end the stream here. So web word for now can rest. Good charm. Yeah, thank you, Rob. Appreciate it. Let me have one more poll here, but I'm gonna let this poll run a little bit. I want to ask you guys about if you like this type of tier list debate where we're ranking like the hero cards here. I do want to look at this. What's what we have going on here a little bit. So we have, man, okay. I mean, I think that this is pretty much what S tier hero would look like. I know a lot of people have Spider-Man in the A tier, which is totally valid as well. But yeah, I mean, he has 4 of the cards in his kit, are S tier. And then the most important thing is the identity cards, right? You guys have the alter ego and hero form the card in S tier. I know you guys voted for alter ego to be A tier, and you guys voted, and I would personally have the hero form to be in A tier. But overall, because the bias I have, we ended up with 4 S tier cards. I think Backflip and AMA, 2 of the best cards in the game, Marvel Champions. Swing Web Kick and Web Shooters in the A tier. I think that's definitely fair. Black Cat and Hand Sprouts in the B tier. Good as well. I know a lot of people were making a case for Black Cat to be A tier or even S. I can definitely see that. And the Web Shooters and Spire Tracers. Sorry, guys. Spire Tracers and Webbed Up in the C tier. That's definitely a valid. Yeah, I think I would agree with that, but I can definitely see the case. I know a lot of guys are saying why it should be bumped up. Let's see. Minimum says start time was 3:15 p.m. here in the UK. So when I remember the right day, it's a great time to start. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know what's the best way to notify people when the stream started, because I know a lot of people missed the last stream and wanted me to notify like more in advance. So I did, I think like 36 hours in advance. But yeah, Narandler says the people that don't like this time are here to vote. Fair. You know what? This is probably not a good poll. I'm just end this poll right here. So 85% of you guys voted yes, 15% voted no. Yeah, I mean, obviously, people that are here probably like this time. If you want an evening time, you probably aren't here because you're not going to make it, right? Dream says these ranks are fun. Where we're for night. Okay, good. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying this type of live stream here. One more poll here for you guys. I just want to know: do you want me to continue tier lists for hero cards? Or would you prefer tier list for something else? And if it is something else, guys, let me know. Let me know down in the chat. Yes, continue hero card rankings, and then no. I prefer something else. If you guys prefer something else, let me know down in the chat what you prefer, and I mean I could definitely do it, right? Especially if there's not a lot of things there. Omenum, thank you so much. Welcome to the Web War Fanatic Super Fanatic. Thank you so much for your membership, man. I appreciated that a lot, man. Yeah, awesome. Glad to have you as a part of the membership community. I definitely want to have more membership polls as well for you guys. For you guys to dictate the videos that I do. I definitely want to do that. Have more engagement there. But yeah, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you so much for joining from the last live stream. And yeah, hopefully I can get like more, like a better notification. I don't know. I need to look up like how to make sure the notifications go through for you guys for that. Proof Fox says it's a cool idea to rank the identity specific cards. Thank you. This was Ziggy's idea. So shout out to Ziggy again, guys. If you guys don't know, please check out the comment section of this video in the description. No, sorry, not the comment section. I can't talk anymore. In the description of this video, I put a link to Ziggy's channel. He was the first person to that I saw rank the hero cards, and I asked him if it would be okay for me to do that, and he said it was okay. So totally his idea here. So huge shouts to Ziggy. Monk says next stream Agent Venom. Tell us how you really feel. Oh man, I don't know if that's gonna be next. Dream says ranking and discuss is very fun. Okay, cool. Sorry guys, I need to blow my nose again. Darn. Oh man, sorry about that, guys. Man, have you guys? I hate being sick, guys. I don't know. I don't know how people deal with it. Okay, we're back here. Let me catch up here. Curtis Iron Strike says, what game do you play second most behind MC? Ah, that's so tough. So I used to play a ton of Lorcana. I really enjoyed playing Lorcana for a while. It feels like so. Okay. Oh man. Okay, this is gonna be like a super long tangent, but I do want to talk about it a little bit because it's like one of my complaints with like how games are real life, like card games in particular. So like I grew up watching Yu-Gi-Oh. In Yu-Gi-Oh, there's no rotations or like limited like card pools or anything like that. You can play like in the anime, I mean, right? So like Yugi, Kaiba, all of them. When there's new cards, they're balanced with all the old cards ish in the anime, right? In the anime, right? Like at least the way that it's portrayed, like Dark Magician and like Blue Eyes White Dragon are still like on the same level, and that's kind of like the dream, right? Like I want to like build a deck, and I want it to not ever get power corrupt if it's a good deck, right? So that's what led me into Marvel Champions. Because of the LCG, format where it's a living card game, it's always going to be around forever, which is very, very nice. That was like a big appeal for me, right? So I like that a lot. And then I played Lorcana second. That was my second most played game because Lorcana at the time that I started playing it, and all throughout, there's no rotations, no bans, no nothing. So it was just like when a new card releases, the first set for Lorcana is still like the strongest like set. So like I really like that. The first set was better than a lot of the newer cards, and that really made me enjoy playing Lorcana. So yeah, that was a big appeal for me for Lorcana. I have played a lot less nowadays because they introduced rotations. So now, basically, in set one, there's a lot of cards in set one that are very, very good, and I have like maybe like less than half of them for like the colors that I want to play with and the cards that I liked, right? So those cards that I liked that I have all went out of rotation, and the cards that I never got that are like super expensive, like $20 cards. If you guys are like Lorcana players, for example, like the Hades, I think it's called Infernal Hades from set one. It's like a blue card. I've never owned any copies of Hades, and that card got reprinted. So in the newest rotation, it's still usable, but I never owned it anyway. So now like the price is so expensive on that. And then like all the cards that I liked and that I have, like those cards are out of like rotation. Like that really just soured my feeling on it. And like for me, every single year if they do like rotation like that, all the cards I have are gonna get power crept or not be used anymore if they're not power crept, right? So like it's either getting power crept or just getting banned, basically, or like not in rotation. That sucks. Like I don't know. I just don't like that at all. So like, sorry to go on that tangent there, but the second game that I'm playing the most right now, particularly just this Christmas holiday season, because my friend came back in town. I've actually been playing a lot of what's it called, One Piece TCG. Yeah. So if you guys don't know, I'm a huge One Piece fan. Yeah, I love, like, I've been reading the manga since I was like in middle school, and I've been watching anime since I was like in a primary school, like on like Fox Kids or whatever. So yeah, I was a big fan of One Piece, and the TCG. I'm more so like my friend like gave me some cards and stuff, so like I just have like a cool. Oh, a huge shout out to one of my subscribers who sent me a bunch of One Piece cards as well. But I never really got into it and played as much. It was just like a very nice collector's item because the art on the cards are so freaking cool, guys. If you guys have not seen, I gotta show you guys. This is a huge tangent. I'm sorry, guys. If you guys don't want to hear this, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to end this quickly, but let me show you guys some One Piece cards. Okay. I got my, so like the star deck that one of my subscribers sent me. It's like this. Look how cool this box is. It's like such a cool box, right? And then like let me show you, like, for example, like a card, and like the art on the card. So like this card right here, I think it's pretty cheap. It's like 15 cents. I just took it out of the sleeve. But like if you look at like this Shanks card, for example, guys, this card is so thick. It's like probably 3 times the thickness of a Marvel Champions card. I don't know how to like explain it for you guys, or like show that on the screen, I mean. But like it's just cool to have these really cool characters that I like love, and like see, like, to have the cards on that, right? So I've been playing a lot of that, just with my friend, but we're the only 2 people that play, um, or that I know. He's the only person that I play with, right? So when he comes down during Christmas, then we play. But other than that, I just like have the cards that people gave me. But then I recently invested in a deck. I paid like $26 to like buy stuff on TCG Player to create like a deck for myself. So I like have like more cards to like deck build with. But like, yeah, the rotation for One Piece is still annoying. I still don't like the rotation stuff. But One Piece is a little bit better because the way they dictate rotations is that how's it go? They have blocks, and block 1 is getting rotated out, but they're saying that for at least the next 3 years, block 2 will be in rotation. So like the fact that you're able, like, we know the time frame of all the cards that like I have, because I have like more newer cards, are going to be in rotation for 3 years. That's pretty nice. Like the Loricana can go out anytime. So yeah, I mean, One Piece is the card I've been playing. Sorry guys, huge tangent there. But if you guys like One Piece, let me know down in the chat. But yeah, big fan of that. Okay, Alexi says, I do like the hero rankings. Think it could also be fun to rank some villain and counter sets. Yeah, okay, that's a good idea. I think I'll look into that a little bit. I've done a video ranking, I think, all Ronin's cards, like, S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier. And that video, I think, did really poorly. I don't think anyone liked that video. Like, I don't think you guys enjoyed that one. So maybe I'll have a poll asking you guys if you guys want to see that for a live stream. But yeah, if enough people want to see it, I definitely want to do that for you guys. But I think like there's not much point doing, like, for me, like that type of video with you guys and interacting with you guys if you guys don't actually like it. So yeah, I mean, I think that's a fun video to do for sure. So yeah, maybe I'll definitely keep that in mind and see if you guys want to interact with me and do the live streams with villain counter sets instead of just hero cards. Rob says, yep, I enjoy these community hero card tier discussions. Okay, awesome. Glad to hear that, man. Thank you for your feedback. Luiso, welcome to the chat, Luiso. I just connected to your stream. Greetings from Peru. Welcome, man. Greetings from the US. Yeah. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate your support a lot. Yeah. Menem says, no problem. Been watching a while now, so time to pay it back. Thank you, Menem. I appreciate you so much. Dream says, go get some rest. Thank you. Yeah, I actually have work in like an hour. So I woke up super early just to make sure I can get this live stream out. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's gonna be a little bit of a tougher day, but I think I'll take some medicine, like Dayquil or something like that, and try to survive. Nar says, rank Domino and roast me. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, if I keep doing these, I'll probably get to Domino, and yeah, you will get some roasting. Proofrock says, take care of yourself. Thank you, Proofrock. I appreciate it. Monk says One Piece uses the blue core card stock. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really know anything about like that stuff like that. So it's interesting to hear. Monk says your video showing the thinness of the current MC cards made me realize my custom cards are made like older ways. Oh, that's awesome. So what you're saying is your custom cards are better than our current quality that we have for like the current cards. Yeah, I wouldn't say Mario Champions like ever had the best card quality, but the older packs were nice. Like they're nicer than Lorcana cards. Lorcana cards to me were super duper thin, so I enjoy the thickness that a lot of the cards. Sorry guys, I just blanked out my mind. The Lorcana cards are a lot thinner than the old Mario Champions cards, but now I think the Mario Champions cards are on the same level as Lorcana cards now. Like now that they're a little bit thinner. I think one thing that's so weird about Mario Champions is that the cards were so inconsistent. Even back in the day, like I would say, like whenever I got into the game, this is around like the mutant wave, so next evolution. The card quality, like if you don't sleeve things up and you just have them all stacked up, it's different. Like the cards aren't all the same. So like I never understood, like maybe they kept changing like different like printing sources, but like you can buy like 2 packs of like, you know, let's say spider, right? Like SPDR, the hero pack, and like compare the cards and they'll be like a little bit different in like the edges and stuff and like the width. So that's super duper weird. I never understood how that can happen for one card game. But yeah, maybe like the blue core card stock has something to do with it, like what card stock they use, what print they use. I'm just not super well informed on stuff like that. I just tell you guys what I see. Bardic Monk said, I didn't see it. I didn't say it. Okay, so someone else knows about the One Piece using blue core card stock. But yeah, that's the second game I played the most. Sorry for the huge change there. What is the vote here, guys? Do you want me to continue tier list for hero cards? Okay, so 92% of you guys like these hero card rankings. Okay, I'm very happy to hear that. I'm glad you guys like this. I wasn't sure like what I could do to like do a bunch of live streams in the future with, and I really want to like, you know, talk with you guys and like interact with you guys, but I wasn't sure like what you guys actually enjoyed seeing. So I'm glad you guys are liking the hero card rankings. I definitely want to consider like doing like building card rankings in the future. Maybe I'll ask you guys really quick right now, the people that are here. Yeah, but 92% of the vote, that's awesome, guys. Okay, I'll definitely keep on doing this. Definitely the next live stream is going to be another hero card here, but would you like to see me ranking encounter sets in this format? So I'll do yes, no, and then the last option will be yes, but I prefer the hero card rankings. Okay, and this will probably be the last poll, guys, and then I'm gonna bounce. Get ready for work here. And thank you guys so much for everyone who tuned in. I'm so glad that Luiso was able to join this time. Super glad, super grateful for Menem for becoming channel member. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is so much fun, guys. I had so much fun here. I mean, I'm glad that that we're doing this. I think it was definitely worth me being a little bit sick to do it because it was a lot of fun. I really like. I can't. D20 often talks about how fun he has live streams, like whenever he's doing a live stream, and like for me, whenever I do like a live stream where we're playing a game, like with D20, it's not as fun for me because of all like the camera stuff dealing with the thing. Because my camera quality is so bad, and for some reason, when I do a live stream, the camera quality is even worse, and I can't use my mic that I have on my phone whenever I am playing. So my like sound quality is terrible too. So I just feel like so bad for that. So like that's like a little bit like a thing for me. But on my computer, on my laptop, I actually feel like I'm able to like have decent quality here for live streams and I can interact with you guys. So I totally get what D20 is talking about right now. Like live streams are so much fun, guys. Super fun. Love talking to you guys. Would you like to see me rank? Yes. So 50% of you guys voted yes, you want to see me rank the encounter sets. 10% voted no. So I think one vote there. And then 4% said yes, but I prefer hero cards. Yeah. I think I'll probably mix in some building cards here, but still the majority of it's gonna probably be hero cards still. Just because I personally like hero cards more too. So yeah, that's cool to see. And then I definitely want to eventually do some building cards. So huge shout out to Alexi for that idea. Dan the Crow says, have a great day at work. I'm just finishing here in the UK. Hopefully catch you at the next one. Thank you, Dan the Crow, for joining in. I appreciate you a lot. Yeah, man. Greetings from the US here. Yeah, hopefully you can join for next one. Maybe I'm definitely gonna experiment with a different time for next one, and then I'll try this time slot again because I know a lot of people like this time slot. Maybe I'll just do a Rob's idea of like alternating like a night one and then a morning one. But I do kind of want to have like a consistent time slot for that. But I'll see in the future how you guys like these. So yeah, thank you guys everyone for joining in the chat here. I'm about to sign off. Monk says take it easy, stay hydrated. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna drink a bunch of water right now and just kind of just sit down and not do anything for like a few minutes. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys a lot. Alexi says, hope work goes okay. Take it easy, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for joining for both live streams. So yeah, I appreciate it. All right, guys. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Hope you guys all like this one, this tier list debate here. And yeah, we have Spider-Man's cards all ranked. I'm pretty happy with this. And yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next video. Everyone have an amazing day.